Yes, sir, ski. This the Hood Analyst Podcast where we talk about that real hood. Now today, we have a very special returning guest. Yes. Ooh, yeah, I like this energy already. Very special returning guest. And we got the topic for the episode. But first, I got to have my boy. You know what he got to say.
Yo, if you're not already, if you're watching this on YouTube, when it does drop, subscribe to the motherfucking channel. Damn, I cursed in the first couple of seconds. We're not going to get monetized now.
And we still going to do it. And it's still going to be good content because, look, money is not everything. It's something, but it ain't everything. So we still going to do the episode, even though it's going to be for free.
And we stream on Twitch. Even though we don't got a consistent schedule, just be on there. You might see us. We try to post it literally before we go on in a black people time, never be on time, but it is what it is.
Oh, we on that type time today? Okay. Sirski, of course, and I have my co-host.
Alexis Callie.
Yes. And my guest has been, this is his third time on the show. I like keeping count. Also, I'm going to use ChatGPT to count all our episodes. I think we got like 60. I actually did use it already. We got like 69, 67, something like that. But you've been on the show 3 times.
Yeah.
You want to tell the people who you are.
Yeah, it's your boy BSG. Just trying to save the bros from the 304s and keeping it logical all day long. How you guys doing? What's good?
Okay, all right. Just from that intro, me being me, philosophizing. It sounds like you have something against emotion. Why'd you have to make it known that you're using logic?
We live in a world of dysfunction. We live in a world that's consistently focused on belief and feeling. There needs to be a balance, and somebody has to be that balance. And being logical or being an advocate of logic, I think, helps do that.
Okay. Well, that kind of segues into our topic for today, which is why dating will never be the same. I'll start it off with, let's do it like this. How do you think the dating world was if you were your age now in the 90s?
Well, back then you had like the pressure from the church, you had the pressure from your grandparents, and you had pressure from your family to act in accordance to this traditional way of being, right? You would watch your dad, because it was the 60s, right? What
90s.
Sorry, 90s. Even still.
Like you being this age in the 90s.
My bad. So in the 90s, I mean,
Do you think it was drastically different? Like, how would you picture it?
Internet was not what it is today. Cell phones not what it is today. A lot more going outside, seeing people, talking to people. Not a lot of watching what a famous person is doing and comparing that to what I should do. A lot more of the family, older generation controlling what the younger generation was doing. Pressures to get married, pressures to have kids. You'd probably be either focusing on how you can get that house, because again, houses were a lot cheaper back then. You'd probably be focused on trying to get some kind of job working either as an electrician, job working at, I don't know, something that would be consistent, that would generate a level of income that would allow for you to have that family.
So you don't think people do that as much anymore?
Well, I mean, I'm literally in conversations with people that say having children is either a luxury or having children would negatively impact the planet. So
that's how it kind of feels now, right?
That's the conversations I have. So I know some girls that are like, have a family. I need to be able to party until I'm 45. It's like, oh.
I think the difference is nowadays people live and date for the moment. They don't date for the future, and that's just the difference. I feel like back in the 90s, families, like you said, taught you to provide a stable lifestyle for your kids and your kids' kids, and nowadays we don't know if we're gonna even be here in a few days. So everybody is kind of like living for the moment and just kind of having fun. I feel like everybody is just
definitely agree with you on that fun part.
Yeah, I mean, I agree with y'all. I think dating will never be the same because of those reasons. I brought it back to the 90s because that's before, I think, all of the stuff that was invented that changed dating.
Right.
yeah.
So if I was in the 90s right now, it would feel so good to just have a girl's under. I don't know.
Right.
Like even it feels like when I get undivided attention from a girl, it kind of feel like she's acting. Like I want it to be real, and I feel like in the 90s it could have been more real because it's less distractions.
What you had less noise coming from from the internet. The internet is like this big kind of like boogeyman that's telling people what they should like, what their interests should be. But back then, all you had in your head was what your grandmother told you, or what your friend around the block was telling you, and you didn't have this thing in your phone or thing in your pocket that was distracting you. Like you said, there was more authenticity in conversations.
So I love. I don't know why that keeps coming to my mind, but so you're a family guy too. You advocate for the family dynamic. You
All
think
day.
that's the best way to raise children.
All day.
With dating never being the same, what's your approach to that? Like, I'm sure you aspire to have a family someday, but with all of the stuff that you just said, have you just opted out and like, fuck it? Or
I still believe
like, how do you plan on combating it?
the only way you can really combat it is by putting yourself in environments where those ideas are still proliferated. You know, if I am in a modern setting like New York City, or if I'm in Chicago, wherever the hell I am, you know, I'll entertain a lady, but I'll make sure to reiterate, hey, this is what I'm looking for. You know, this is what I'm trying to eventually lead down. If you can't do that, let's not even do this. And it's helped me save a lot of time. Because again, like I said, I've just been running into girls that just want to party till they're like 45. But I would just say change your environment. You know, that's what's been helping me out, changing my environment, going to where I would think there'd be more of a traditional view. You know, if I go down to, 42nd Street, I'm in a club, I'm not going to expect that girl to be the mother of my child. You know, I'm not going to go down that road. But a lot of dudes do that. Shouldn't do that, but
That's facts.
True.
Okay. You got any where you want to take this? I got a list. It's kind of like into this topic. I just don't want to go too much down the road of social media, like it seems like everybody's talking about that. We know those are the issues already.
Right.
But what are you personally doing to combat it? How are you, like, because you aspire to have a family, you're a really intentional man. I'm assuming that
well,
you
it's
aspire to have
it's
a family
not
one
it's
day.
not just change. So I could elaborate more. So it's not just about just changing the environment. Also, it's about you as an individual really being disciplined in your beliefs. I know plenty of dudes that are like, yeah, man, I'm gonna be a husband, and I'm a traditional man, and then I'll go down to the spot, and they'll be there. I'm like, bro, what you doing with like these two girls
Yeah,
are not
you gotta make
mother
certain
material?
sacrifices.
And they like, oh my bad, man, you caught me on a weekday, man. Oh man, or they like, yo,
Not you caught me on a
I'm
weekday.
gonna work out, man. I'm gonna go to the gym. Oh, you are? Yeah. And then I never see them there. And it's like, bro, what's going on? It's a cheat day, brother. So it's like, yeah, you wanna, obviously when it comes to the women that you have in your world, make sure that they act a specific way, but you as a person also have to practice those beliefs. If not, it's like you just shouting words into the wind.
Yeah, the words got to line up with the action.
Yeah.
Always.
Discipline. It's hard. Hey, it's hard. It is. You got to turn down some. You see this girl coming past you, you're like, damn, man. But you really got to ask yourself, where is that going to lead me? Because this is what I do. Could that woman be the mother of my daughter? Would I want my daughter to emulate her behavior? That's what I do. Right. And if the answer is no, then I don't entertain it. Because God forbid I sleep with this woman and now I have a child with this woman. At least I can say I thought deeply about the choice I made. Not, yeah, I was just playing around and you were born.
Okay. So you're disciplined to the point where you won't even entertain it. Like you're because there's different ways you could approach it.
Of course.
But
I'm
you
not gonna
just-
lie. It's not. It is hard. It's definitely hard. But it's asking yourself, what do you want? What do you want at the end of the day? I would want my daughter, if I ever have one, because I always have like a dream. I always had the dream of having a daughter. But I would want my daughter to look at her father and be like, my dad, he crazy as hell. But everything he did that was very important, he did thinking deeply about. I would want my daughter to be like, okay, maybe my mom and dad aren't together. Hopefully that doesn't happen. But if that does happen, at least I have a good mother. I would want, if that did happen, to go, you know what? We didn't work out, but at least I know you got a good mother.
Okay. So we could take this either way, where it's just I have intentional men on the show, but dating, relationships, it sounds like we're talking more about why relationships will never be the same.
Right.
Do you think relationships have changed? Do you think it's a different way that you approach it in 2025?
The standards have changed.
I mean, to be honest with you, you gotta put it in the first of dating. You can't get it to a relationship if you don't know how to date properly.
And that's what exactly. So, I mean,
Well, it's
so you don't just casually date much.
no, I don't like that casual, because I think you're training yourself to get in and out of relationship. You're training yourself, right? If I go to the gym and I train that muscle, it gets big. Same thing with the dating thing. If I go into this mindset with, okay, I'm gonna be with this girl, but it probably ain't gonna work, and I'll be able to just go on to the next, go on to the next, go on to the next. When I do meet that woman that I really could build with, I'm not gonna be the right man for her, because I've trained myself mentally to be in short-term bonds. And let's say it does work out and I'm not in the short-term bond anymore, I'm with this girl long-term, I'm so short-term in my head that something happens, I'll be more prone to, bitch, I'm gonna leave.
Yep.
And I don't want to be that way. That's why, like, I'll be single for long periods of time. And people are like, oh, why are you single? Because I think it's unfair to the woman I'm going to be giving everything I can to have a man that's so short-term minded. I'm not going to be able to settle and sit down and deal with. I'm going to be like, I'm going to go on to the next. That's not a good mindset to have.
That's actually very true. I'm not even gonna lie.
I agree.
I mean, I don't disagree. I just have a different approach where
Yeah, go ahead.
once I'm in short-term mode, dating mode, I'm just in short-term dating mode. People are in different situations in their life, different points in their life.
Right.
So sometimes,
Well, I will say this:
girls just
you
wanna
you
have
might
fun.
you might be a variable. You might be able to do short term and then all of a sudden, but most people can't do that. Most people that I've talked to personally that have
what
been
about now? You,
me,
fuck most people.
me,
You can't do. You don't want to do that, or you feel like you can't.
I know myself.
Yeah, answer the
And
question.
I'm the type of person where if I consistently repeat something, it saves. And when I was in college doing crazy shit, I realized I was like, wait a minute, what is the end goal? I'm teaching myself, because I was literally with a girl who I was really liking, and then I was like, I don't really want to do this, and I was like, why do I feel that? This is the woman I want to be with, and it was because I was so used to partying and doing all this craziness that now I'm with this girl. I can't. My mind is like, why are we doing this? Because I've trained myself to be that way. So I literally took a break for like a couple years of just working, traveling, went to the military. And then I came back. And then I was like, okay, from now on, if I'm entertaining a woman, long-term only. And that has been so good for me, because I feel like even like right now, if I had a woman come into my life, I'd be able to give her 100%. Shit's fucking up. We can work on it. Let's really build this. But if it was like 18-year-old me, no, hell no. He wasn't ready.
I think a lot of people are impatient right now too.
Yes.
Like, and money is running out, and people are kind of needing to shack up. People don't have the extra money to take people on dates anymore, and to, oh, let me court this woman. People kind of don't have it, men and women. So I think that's a problem too. That makes people even more pickier. Like,
I mean, you should be picky.
No matter what.
but you're even more pickier if you don't have that extra money to court and see what this girl is about. You're extra picky. I hear some guys even say like, oh, I'm not spending $1 on her. Like, I'm not spending. And I'm just like, but I think it's because like times is hard and people feel like you got to be worth $1.
Well,
I mean, you should be worth $1 regardless in any situation. Why
No,
should
they'll still entertain you and talk to you. I mean, like they won't spend it. Like they won't
Well,
take you out
there's
or
a-
do anything
Which
that
is
requires
true.
money.
there's a reason for that though.
you should earn it.
You know, courting comes from a time where men mostly were the financial generators, providers. The idea of courting, the idea of courtship, right, comes from the idea that the strong must protect the weak. The man must protect his woman. The man has authority over the woman, and therefore it is his responsibility to do that. we don't live in that world anymore. You got girls that got jobs. I'm a boss bitch.
But I think it's because of the way money is going right now.
I
The
mean-
way
I mean-
jobs are.
nobody's discounting that. Definitely is a lot harder, but we can't also ignore the fact that the attitude of women as far as what a man is allowed to do and be has affected the whole courting system. Again, courting comes from traditional values, and if I'm a man in a world that says me being a traditional man is oppression, which is what I've been running into a lot lately. Oh, you want to tell me what to do? It's like, okay, so then if you're meeting me as a man, like I'm with the male energy of I can do whatever I want, why would I want to court?
Yeah, he's blocking my mom.
What's up? Why would I want to court this modern woman who's telling me she got it all? My instinct as a man being a man don't kick in. My instinct is, okay, you got it, I got it. Why do I need to put out when you also have your own? You can't live in a world that wants to say women are these flowers that must be watered, but then also in the same breath, I'm Wonder Woman, fuck off.
So how do you approach it now then?
I approach like I said before. I ask questions, right? And I express my intent, and I'm looking for traditional values. And is this girl gonna be like, "Yo, what's up, my bro? How you doing?" Or is this girl gonna come at me in a different way, like, "Hello, how are you? Oh, I like that idea." Are you gonna be more accommodating to my leadership, or are you gonna want to be that individual that's like, nah, you need to hear what I have to say, or
What do you
obviously.
think the percentage is between girls that want to follow that know their nature, like they want to follow a man's lead, or the ones that are on that independent shit? What you think is the?
I would say it's definitely more so.
I would say it's like 70% women are now more with this independent mindset, and the only reason I say that is because
Do you think it's pardon me? Do you think it's a turnoff to most men,
instinct. Well, yeah,
or do you think more men are attracted to that?
So you have no. Listen. So we've got two things going on. In general, men don't like that. In general, because instinctually we're physically stronger, right? We have this testosterone running through us. We have this innate instinct that says, I must conquer, I must dominate. In that instance, most men don't. However, we live in a society now where it's like, what, testosterone levels are the lowest they've ever been. You've got dudes out here that are not doing much with themselves, physically just deflating, watching adult content, basically sedating themselves. A lot of dudes will be like, I'll take a muscle mommy. I know one dude right
What the
now.
fuck is that?
Masculine.
It's a very muscular woman who acts like a guy, and he
Muscle
wants
mommy is
and he
crazy.
wants her and he wants her to be the man, and he'll be the woman. And there's a lot. Listen.
They coined the term.
Muscle mommy. I'll be the little boy. So there's a lot of dudes out there that have taken on. Okay, women are strong. Women are now the new men. They take on now the feminine role. So in general, most men don't like that. But there's been a growing amount of weaker guys that are okay with a woman being dominant.
That's funny, bro.
Okay,
That's
all
actually
right.
funny. Bro.
So
Start calling them muscle mommies.
It's a thing, man. It's a
crazy,
thing. It's
bro.
crazy, bro. But it's just how it is. So you've got weak dudes, and what's really interesting is as I've been growing in this space, I've been debating more dudes than women.
oh yeah, tell me about that. What kind of arguments do
What kind of
people
arguments
come
be
to you
having
with
there?
on the internet?
So a dude told me, he's like, what's so wrong with us being equal? Why can't men take on more feminine traits?
Bro, come on now.
And I was like, okay, so you think a man should be more feminine? Like, he's like, yeah, what's wrong with a man embracing his feminine? What's wrong with that? I'm like, because if you ask a woman what she wants out of a man, it's not gonna correlate. In your desire to equalize and feminize men, you're taking away the thing women want. That's why when girls go, why aren't there any real men? The reason why is not because the real men aren't around. It's that you've told men that that's bad, right? My ability to be a man not only comes from my responsibility, but also my authority. Women have taken the authority aspect away, given that to themselves, but still want men to have responsibility. That doesn't work. You have a slave. That's why most men say, okay, I'm just not going to do shit for y'all because you want me to be responsible for some shit I can't control, which doesn't make sense. So what ends up happening is this split. Men, I'm just not going to deal with girls because y'all not going to actually treat me like the man I think I am. And then you got weak dudes who are like, I'm fine with having the responsibility as long as a girl talks to me. So I run into dudes that come up with that conversation of what's wrong with being weak? Why can't a woman be the man in the house? And it's like, if you ask these muscle mommies what they want, they enjoy the dominating of men because maybe they've been through some trauma, so they get off on dominating men. But in the same breath, if you really saw what made them get off, it would be a man that's stronger than them, because women still are innately still women, right? And that's one thing that I had to explain to this dude. I was like, she's getting off on your suffering, but she's not loving you. She's getting off
she
on
don't
you.
respect you.
It's like when a dude goes on watches adult content and he's like jacking it to some female with some giant boobs or whatever. Pause.
Oh, you said female with giant boobs. That's okay, guys.
My bad. But he's physically drawn to her, but he's not looking at her as, oh, because this could be the mother of my child. But people get those things conflated because they're focusing on that emotion and that feeling, not that logic that's centered around it. And that's what I've been running into. It's like 18-year-olds, 19, 21, 24-year-old dudes who all their life they've been told being a strong man is bad. So in their head, if
told them that?
society, social media, music, movies, other feminists, I can't tell you.
I don't think they told them it was bad. They just probably.
This is coming from them, not me. Because again, I've been debating these teenagers and these young men for a long time, and they'll tell me.
Toxic masculinity.
I had 4 people from a high school come up, and I was like, tell me what's going on in your high school. And literally they're telling me if I act in a straight male way, that's their words, not mine, I get attacked by my teacher.
Damn.
I get attacked by other students. I get attacked by other students' parents.
That's crazy.
Because they think that a man acting in that way is toxic and is dangerous. So you're teaching them at a young age, be this way, not that way. But then they become adults and they haven't properly learned as men how to deal with that. So then this is when you get the actual incels. The guys who are like, women are evil. We need to destroy them all. I've had a couple of dudes tell me, yo, Spidey, I would love for you to come to my... I was like, what? I'm not going to destroy all
I got
women.
a question. So, what happens when women are attracted to you on your page? Like you seem really intelligent. You seem like fit. You seem like you may be attractive. Do you have women like commenting on your stuff? Like
I do. So I do have a couple of women right now that message me and they liked what I say and they're interested.
how does that go? Do you like?
Pull up.
Yeah,
No,
like, do they
no,
date
'cause-
Spidey guy or do they date
Well, I haven't gone on a date with any of them because I think that
because of your identity?
well, that, but also I'm not trying to disrespect what I stand for.
Like what?
Like a lot of these girls are attractive. Some of them want to sleep with me, but that complete.
The level-headed ones.
So they
Why
approach
not?
you. Yeah, okay. never
Why
mind.
not with the level-headed
Oh,
ones?
the level-headed ones.
The
Well,
the ones that seem like maybe your type. Or
there
maybe
was
a
one
good
I
girl.
was actually dating. I'm not gonna lie. That was a couple months ago.
How did that go?
It was great until her family.
Wait. How did you meet her?
So she was one of my followers. We were talking for a couple of months, and we ended up talking more. It was great, and then we met. We physically met each other. That was nice.
With the mask on?
No, mask off. That was mask off. But that took.
So she had to earn that.
Mhm.
Oh, okay.
But to this day, hey, she's still a good woman. I always say she's a good woman, but it didn't work because of outside forces. She's a Jehovah's Witness, so that was her parents were like, "Oh, we got somebody for her." I was like, "I'm willing to be that man."
And what happened with that? What happened with that relationship? Why didn't that work?
No, I told you because the family. She was like, "I'd have to choose between my entire family and you, and I care about you."
Why?
But because they were going to disown her because she was Jehovah's Witness and they wanted her to marry this one guy they chose. To this day, still love that chick. She was perfect. Christian girl.
How old is she?
She was 21. Perfect
At the time.
at the time. She was well, now she's older now, but
So why not now? You think she's?
I think she's married now to that guy.
Oh, okay.
But that was beautiful, and it worked out really well. And it's unfortunate that outside forces messed that up, because that definitely would have been perfect.
Shout out to her. She's special. So, ladies, you never know. You
She
might get-
she was the kind of girl that had the body you wanted, but she always wore sundresses.
Oh, you like them ones.
long
Them the sneaky hoes.
long
Them the sneaky ones.
long
Them the
long
ones
hair.
that act like this, but get around.
You're not.
I'm
I mean,
saying her. I'm
no,
not
no,
saying
no,
her,
no.
but-
You're not wrong.
those
You're not
type of
wrong. There are
girls, yeah.
sneaky ones, but
So.
she was that kind of girl, and that was nice. It's unfortunate. Hey, it's to this day I still got love for her, but it is what it is.
That's cool.
So, you think the world would be a better place without hookup culture? Like, eliminate it.
I definitely think it would, because
Damn, I knew it. Okay, you can say you.
I think it would
because
too.
at the end of the day, and I think she brought this up one time in another podcast, men are kind of seeing all these options and stuff, just like women.
perceived option.
Perceived options, thank you. And as a result, we think that we have forever, or we have all these choices when we don't. And I think that we would get a lot more if we got with somebody long term in the beginning than this whole mess around in our 20s, and then now we're 30 and now we're trying to like hurry up
Why
and find
not,
somebody.
though? I
Es-
disagree with that.
Especially because right now, if you pay attention, there are a lot more men in these old folks' homes, nursing homes, and stuff like that
So y'all think
than there
men-
are women, because
Oh, that's not
men,
true.
That's definitely
What's the
not
That's not
appropriate
true.
age for
That
us
is
to do
true.
this?
No.
Yes, I
no,
worked with
stats,
you.
no,
Not
stats,
true.
stats wise, there's more old women live longer, but that's one. But number two, stats. If you Google that up, there's more women in old folks' homes.
No, I know.
I
It's
read-
more women.
My aunt works in a couple. I know.
There's more women in old
That
folks'
doesn't
homes.
matter.
All right.
So, what is the most appropriate age that men should get married then? If you feel like we shouldn't do nothing in our 20s.
I think 35.
I would say you said 35.
Okay.
Yeah, 30,
35.
So that's
35,
different from
38.
him. I
So
feel like you're gonna say a young ass age.
no, so I was gonna say back in the day when we didn't live as long, it would have been like what 21, 22. But because we live longer, I would say a man.
But back in the day, we not.
Hold on.
Now-
I'm
The
getting there.
episode is.
I'm getting there.
I know that already. Back in the day. Answer the question.
28, 29.
Okay, all right. So end of the 20s, and you think he shouldn't get no experience with women until he's ready?
I think that he should be focusing on building up money and stabilizing himself so that when he has that
You
woman.
could do that while still.
No, because I think that when you're doing that, not only are you giving yourself the idea that okay, well I have all these options and I can just fuck around.
So
Why-
no experience.
Why do you-
This is
why do you-
why women have to be the only thing that we don't get experience in. Everything else we could get experience, but the thing that you talk about the most, marriage, love.
You're trying to eliminate the mindset of fucking around. Sorry, excuse my language. You're trying to create the idea of I have one woman. This is the individual that I'm going to get out of my.
But sometimes people are just lessons, you know. Some
No,
people
I don't
are-
think so. I think that idea in itself is why we have such a high single mother rate.
So you think that hookup culture should just be gone? You don't want to
I think so,
practice
too.
it responsibly. None of that. Just
Well, it's very
There's no
clear it's not working.
It's not- it's
In
not
2025, look at what's going on right now. Is it working? Is the experiment working? It's not. Everybody's depressed.
no, but I mean, like, you don't think that people should meet each other at all? Like,
No, you can go on dates with people. You can
You
talk
think it
with
should
and
go
hang
back
out.
to arranged marriages?
No,
That's how you sound.
He's just talking about sex.
I'm talking about just sleeping with a person. You can go on a date with a woman. You can hang out with her. You can court her in that sense. I'm just talking about eliminating the bedroom. That's all I'm saying. No one said you can't hold her hand and talk and figure out whether or not this is going to be a woman I want to be
Right,
with
I
long term.
agree, yeah.
I'm just talking about eliminating the bedroom aspect. That's why you got what Houston, Texas,
you don't think
STI
that's
rate
part of-
120%.
Well, you don't think? I mean, I'm not saying go out there and conquer a whole bunch of women, but you don't think that's unrealistic to being a man?
It's only unrealistic because we as men feel like we have no control over the limbic system of the brain. You telling me this small part of the brain that's the animalistic interest is more powerful than the cerebral cortex?
No.
Get out of
One
here.
thing about him that I like, he says what I be wanting y'all to kind of say sometimes. He keep it real when it comes to men and how y'all feel, and I think y'all try to find excuses for it, and he
Nah,
doesn't.
I don't find excuses. I agree with it.
Yeah.
100%.
No, not even just this. I'm just saying like how you saying as a man,
Because
it's part of
everything
y'all
that-
nature.
Yeah, everything that he said.
But even though it's a part of y'all nature, it's wrong. That's his point.
But that's my thing. Why is that wrong? Why is
so-
why
so-
is
Because
that,
let's
That-
no, no,
that's
let's
toxic
let's
masculinity
get
that
into
you're
it. Let's
talking
get
about.
let's
That's
let's get
making
into it.
Everything that you said,
let's
you're
get-
arguing against
let's
it.
get into it.
So
Let's get into it.
So I would say I understand that it I think it's wrong, to be honest with you, but it's something that some men can't help because
I feel like
Is
this
it a
is how,
sin?
This is how feminism.
Is it a sin?
This
Yes,
is how
it is a-
feminism
it-
started.
it's a
So
sin.
that's
A lot
it.
of
So
things-
cut out the whole "it's my nature" thing. We accept
No,
it
but
because
you-
we know
I
that
just-
that's reality,
No.
but it's still wrong.
I just
And
think-
It's a lot of things in life that's wrong, and it's
See?
a lot of things
See,
called
do you-
self control. I'm not making no
and
excuse
that's
for
what
it.
that's being realistic to me.
A lot of things that people
That's how
can't
I
control.
feel.
I'm
a
just
lot of
I'm
things.
just saying, like,
But let's be-
I don't like the idea of anything having control over me,
Which
and,
is
and that
good.
and that be
That's where I'm trying to get.
and
to.
and that
It's
includes
that
hold on,
you
and that
exercise
includes
responsibly.
the animalistic impulses inside of me. I understand that this feeling, this impulse to mate, is just that biology. It's not me. It's the tissues inside of me. Yes, is it in my nature to do that? Sure. Is it like the year 400 BC? No. I am in the 21st century. I'm a man of logic. Why would I allow this weak ass part of myself to control me? I will not allow that, especially if it creates more negatives than positives. If I'm going to go ahead and
But that's
it's in my-
that's your
Yeah,
experience, though.
Yeah, that's your view.
well, no,
Everybody doesn't
no.
get negative from that.
So let me just I'll speak on why I say it's negative from the single mother thing to people sleeping around with multitudes of individuals and not having anyone that they can be with because they've trained themselves to be short term, from the high STI rates that are going around to the individuals that feel like, well, I touched her because it was just an impulse and it's in my nature. It's like like that's an excuse that some people use to proliferate bad things. That's why I say it's bad, because
So
it
you don't
creates
think that
it
sex
create
can be practiced responsibly?
I think that it was made specifically for you in the jungle, she in the jungle. You got to mate and stay alive. I get something out of this. You get something out of this. We create a child. That child is now the progenitor of us. Sex, before all of this science came in, was literally a means of trying to create life. We have turned it into a game. We have turned it into the dopamine that we get after the math. The only reason it feels good is because it's nature giving us a reason to mate. It's not the purpose to mate. The purpose to mate is to create life, not for me to feel good.
You don't think it makes people more like how you are, more intentional because there's so much?
I think everybody should move with intention. You're wasting your time if you're not.
Are you Christian?
I agree.
No,
I agree.
I'm a philosopher.
I'm just
No, I'm telling you.
curious as to know, like, whose word are you following?
I'm not
Like, who are
following
you-
anybody's word. I follow what's practical and what works.
So, but your facts are from what?
My facts are from society. Again, I just spoke on the STI rate. I just spoke on the single mother
So
rate.
you just did your own.
But that's
Anyone
that's
anyone
really
can
pessimistic,
research.
though.
Anyone.
No, where are your facts coming from?
My facts are coming from government studies. The fact that I work in medicine and have been working in medicine for 13 years, observation and experience, talking with women who are single mothers, talking with people who are in these areas of Houston, Texas, going out, talking to 304s, I don't want to use that word, and asking them questions, reading history, seeing what happened when certain
Can I tell you
events
something,
occurred.
though? You're not always going to be right, though. You know that.
Okay.
right? Okay. I just wanted to make sure you knew that.
I always
Yeah,
tell
I
that.
feel
I
like
tell
that's
every,
Because you did the study.
I tell everybody to fact check me.
Just because
I
you
just-
think you know everything, that doesn't make you
Hold
right.
on, whoa, shit.
No, I'm not saying that you was even wrong in some of those cases. I'm just,
Why would I? Hold on. I've never once ever said that I think I know everything.
Yeah, but you
No,
speak
but
like
you
it. You
speak
like
well-
it, and
you
I do
speak
too.
like you
I'm
say a lot of
know-it-all.
facts.
I mean, hold on.
We
Like-
know it all. So
I can't.
We can
I
recognize it.
can't help how people feel about how I express a thought process. I always tell people, fact check me. I do
Yeah,
literal.
that's what I'm trying to get the fact checks right now. I'm asking
So-
you
I
where are these facts at?
I just told you.
You say a lot of they and
Government
you know,
studies,
and-
scientific studies.
but
you can
that
look up all.
doesn't really like.
Yes, it does. These are polls from people who are trying to
But
make
does
money
it-
to
does it-
understand subjects.
Could it help you reach your goal though? Like
It has definitely.
no, I mean like you speak like a lot about love. Like how do you plan on the way you speak, I can't imagine how you're not married.
Yeah, I was thinking that first.
Do
but
I
he
live in
ended
it?
up
Do I
answering
do
it.
I
It's
live
like
in an
you
environment?
focus a lot on the
Yeah.
negative, and I think that's what holds it back.
The negative?
Yeah.
What specifically?
Everything that you was just mentioning.
Like what you
Like-
do doesn't seem like you're trying to. That was going to actually be my next question. Do you plan to teach anyone? Do you plan to put your guard down and kind of like
I've done
maybe
that. What do you
mold
mean?
someone? Not everybody knows everything, so you
I don't know
can't-
everything. What do you
So
mean?
I'm just
So,
saying, like when you date certain women,
because the way that you speak,
Okay.
it kind of invalidates the very thing that I feel would help you
Which is what?
meet more women.
I have met more women. I don't understand what you mean.
So why you not married? Why
I'm not, because you don't just do, first of all, I
you
don't
have
live
a
I don't
very intentional
No, that's-
mindset.
hold on. First of all, I don't live in a world where the ideas of being a wife are proliferated in the majority of the females that are around me.
in other words, why hasn't most of your relationships, when you did try, why haven't they
Yeah.
worked?
What? Yeah.
Oh, okay.
On
Well,
your part, because we know you gonna go
I-
off about why everybody else is not fit for you. Why? haven't
damn,
been
you
working
already
on
know me
your
like
part?
that? That's crazy.
Yeah, that's your
Yeah.
your
That's-
mo.
I mean,
That's
yeah,
not
it
my-
is a MO.
That's my MO?
yeah.
Yeah.
My MO is what?
You get right. You super logical.
Right. But you said
We
something.
want to hear about you.
Okay. So as
Yeah.
far as my past relationships were
want you to mention
concerned, so the longest relationship I had, which was in college, that was 3 years. That was really good until come to find out that guy that she was best friends with, she was cheating. That sucked. The next relationship
That's-
after that,
No, why haven't most of the relationships haven't worked on your part? Like you said, I knew you was gonna mention why everybody else,
I'm explaining
failed
to
the
you. I'm
relationship.
explaining to you why my relationships didn't work. What do you mean?
but for the most part, if a girl,
I never cheated on any
if
of
a
my
girl did
girlfriends.
cheat, it's a reason why she cheated.
Talk to him.
The reason.
didn't just
hold on.
cheat
Hold on.
I'm
Are
sure
we
you
excusing-
didn't wife
are
up
we-
a whore,
are we ex-
right? You
are-
didn't wife up a whore, right? So there was a reason as to why she cheated.
First,
and you're
hold
part
on,
of that
hold on,
reason.
hold on.
Even if it
are we
was something
excusing? Are we
good.
excusing cheating?
No.
What you
no,
missing
but-
my question? Every
No,
time
your
I say
question.
my
Oh no,
question, you
you're
go
no,
off to
no. I'm not going
another
off
story.
anywhere. You're saying that there's a reason why she cheated.
I'm not. Listen, I'm not here to hear all your stories and stuff. But I just wanted to know on your part, why doesn't most of your relations? What are the flaws? What are your flaws in a relationship?
Oh, so you wanted? Okay, so I mean, I
Just
could.
leave it. Just leave it.
What are your flaws in a relationship?
So I would say that the first 3 relationships that I had, the first one, I was too clingy. That was the first one. That was when I was 18 through 19.
So you're still
Yeah,
not
that'll drive a
clingy.
girl to-
Not anymore.
So
That's
right now,
changed.
what are your flaws right now? What
Well,
is something
I'm
you're
not
working
look-
on so so you can be that man, that perfect guy, that perfect husband.
Well, I'm not looking around right now. What's,
Well, when you
what's,
do-
what's the issue?
Do you have any flaws right now?
Of course
If
I have-
you-
of
if
course
you were
I-
dating someone right now,
Right.
what do you think your flaws would be?
I would say I'm very focused, and sometimes people can't handle that level of focus.
You are very arrogant. You are very.
I'm very
like,
arrogant. What do you mean?
You are very.
How am I? How
like,
am I arrogant?
full of yourself?
How am I full
You're
of
like,
myself?
I'm rich and people don't like.
I'm
it.
not
like,
rich.
Like
I'm not. What do you?
it's like I'm very focused and
I'm very
I'm just
focused.
asking, what are your flaws?
I
Things-
told you that's a flaw. What
That's
do you mean?
not a flaw.
How-
That's
yes, it is a
the
the
flaw.
other person's
That
insecurity.
definitely is a
Definitely
flaw.
a flaw.
What are you talking about? You saying that's arrogant? Someone that is extremely focused can, unfortunately,
Okay, so
ignore other
focus-
things or other aspects around
Okay.
them and can hurt other people.
All right, you're right. Focus. What else?
Why are you coming at me like that?
I'm not. I
Yeah,
said-
you are. You're
I
like,
don't
yeah,
want you to-
okay,
no, I don't
like-
want you to continue. I said okay. Like when I say okay, I really
Like
you're
that's
right.
like that's kind
why
of
I say you're
disrespectful.
right.
Like
think
that's
she's-
wild.
I'm sorry.
I think she's coming at you like this because of the way you come off.
I'm
So-
trying to like hurry up.
Why
and
are
get
we
to the-
why are we focused on how I'm expressing something? Just focus on what I'm trying to talk about.
We know all of this
It's
stuff.
not what you're trying to talk about. Is what I asked you.
Yeah, and I
And I
answered,
wanna-
but then you're like coming at me all weird. That's crazy.
I'm not coming at you.
You
weird.
call
I'm
me
just trying to-
arrogant. Like
You
that's
have
that's
questions
wild.
for us?
Yeah, it
You
was
have questions
very
for us?
like.
Let's
full of
let's-
yourself a little
How am I
bit.
full of myself? I don't think of myself being any better than
It's
anybody
just
else.
my opinion, though. So you can relax.
that's
That's
her
my
view.
opinion.
That's-
that's
You
crazy.
can say
That's
your
her view
opinion.
of
That's
you.
wild.
That's her
Yes,
view.
this is just my view.
But anyway, let's just continue on because that's crazy. But I would say I'm either extremely too focused
Well, sensitive.
All right, let's
I'm
change.
sorry.
Let's
I
change the
apologize.
question. Nah, it's all right.
Look,
Change
I
it.
apologize.
No, it's all right. Change the
I
question.
didn't mean
No,
to
no,
offend
no, no,
you.
it's all
I
right.
thought you. See, I thought you was actually. I thought he was prepared for me because I'm like when I talk a little bit, I could be a little blunt. I could be a little.
It's all right.
aggressive.
It's all right. Just
and
change.
I thought you was ready for that.
Nah, it's all right. It's all right.
So
Change the
I
question.
apologize. I'm not trying to offend you. I was
No,
trying
it's
to
all
like.
no, it's all good.
Get
I
you
just,
to answer
no,
the
it's all
question
good.
and
It's
get
all
on to
good.
the
It's all
next
good.
stage.
I just.
You cutting me
I have
off
a-
doesn't mean it's all.
When I have a
problem.
rule, my rule is whenever it gets to that point, I cut it off and let's change the question.
That's why I said okay, so we could go on to the next.
Let's
thing.
change the question.
Okay. You got any questions for us? We have been bombarded.
So I would ask you, Kill, how do you feel about marriage? Do you want to get married? And would you say that you would be the type of individual that wants to do that long-term stuff? Because anytime we have a conversation, it's usually about the short term, and you feel more so like, oh, okay, I should be able to get into, the nitty. I should be able to, learn and to get experience from other individuals. So how do you feel about that?
I mean, I always say I don't see myself getting married, but I'm a lover boy at heart. I know I could give my heart away to. I know I could be exclusive if that's what you're asking. I can.
But would you say that's that would be like a focus that you have in your head, or you're more so like whatever happens, happens?
I'm like you. I'm focused, and I don't think I have a foundation yet. So
Really? I feel like you have mad foundation.
I do. I think you have a lot of foundation already, a lot of potential. I think you'll be a really great husband. It makes me sad when I hear y'all say like
You got a great
y'all don't really care to
foundation.
get married because it's like, in my mind, let me just speak for myself. It's like a waste, like a waste. It's like, oh, that's another boyfriend. Oh, you want to be my boyfriend forever?
Kill, do you think that has something to do with like what I was saying before, which is the environment?
I just think it has something
Probably.
to do with the nature of a woman, and I don't want to promise her security when I can't even secure myself yet.
You don't
think-
have to promise her that though.
You don't think you're secure?
No, but I mean, like it's like
You wanted that. You wanted that because like we said before, you wanted power. You want power, and there's nothing wrong with that. But that's why you're saying, okay, I'm not gonna date because I know I'm not gonna get what I want out of it, and it's kind of like corny.
yeah, but I'm not giving her what she wants, security.
You don't think you can give security?
I mean, I don't think
You have hella security. What do you mean?
I don't think all women require that. Like right off the bat, like you could,
I think you
Work
got
your
I-
way there.
I think you got it, brother.
yeah.
To be with one girl. What got what?
You have the vibe, number one, but number two, just from watching what you do and how you express yourself, I think that you're definitely a secured individual, at least emotionally. As far as the finances,
Oh
are-
yeah, absolutely. Yeah.
right. So as far as that's concerned, that's level one. Everything else can be created and worked on.
And I think you'll be a good dad. You seem very genuine, and I think you'll be a good dad, which means you have to be a husband at that point.
Yeah.
Yeah, man, you got it.
I mean, so,
Sometimes it
okay.
takes other people telling
So
you.
the
stuff,
question
though.
is, or what were you? What's your direct question?
Because so you emphasize a lot about learning from like experiences. Would you say you're pro hookup culture?
I'm not. That's why I asked you. What do you think it should be eliminated completely? I think that I got here because I've been with women.
So you're saying that you feel like you're better off because you've had all those experiences versus if you didn't. You don't think that if you got into a situation where you
I don't
didn't
think
have,
you will be giving me the compliment that you're giving me if I didn't exercise my options.
but you don't think that you could have been an individual such as yourself right now without all of that hookup culture?
No. I mean, not necessarily hookup culture. It's not like you have to have sex or fuck, but like just that's like a byproduct of being close to a woman. It's gonna happen. I'm not gonna.
So let me try to meet you in the middle here. What if you didn't do hookup culture, but went into each relationship with the intent of it becoming long term?
I've done that.
That's what you should do.
No. I'm saying, have you done that more often than the hookup stuff?
I've had 4 long-term relationships,
I think
they didn't work out because I didn't have a foundation.
I think since it's so hard for men to nowadays get women or sleep with women, I think when women come at them or when they do get a woman's attention, they kind of like, all right, I'm just gonna go with the flow. If she's wifey, I'll wife her, and if she's not, I'll just fuck around until it's over. And I think that they live that way. If you don't try to do long-term relationships, then I feel like then that's what you're trying to do there.
I feel like what you're saying, I don't mean to offend you, but we both know it alls. But that's the feminine way of looking at relationships. I think masculinity is open. It's just how it is for us. And that's why, I mean, I know it sounds like an excuse coming off to you like that, but
No, I
it's
understand.
unrealistic to live to just zone in on one person when I'm not married to them. That's
Why
that's
not? You just date them
because
until,
that's not how men are. That's not.
why?
You're speaking on the, you're speaking on nature.
You like more than one.
I'm speaking
you
on
like
nature.
more
You're speaking
than
on
one
nature.
option.
He's speaking on nature.
You like more than one option until you feel like
Commitment is a choice.
Yes.
It's a sacrifice
yeah.
because all of the other things that I could be doing, I'm putting that.
See, it's not. That's the difference, though. It's not really a sacrifice for women.
Exactly, is what
Right.
y'all want. And I'm
game.
not saying
I see,
men
I see,
have to
yeah.
want that.
It's a game.
Yeah.
Like, it's just different.
I know. I see where you're coming from completely, but so let me. You don't find any power in sacrificing the.
Absolutely,
the end.
yeah. I want it so bad. That's why I go hard.
Right.
Like, I mean,
But you would say that it would be better for men to act more in the natural than it is to be
yeah,
kind of.
because then they would know how to deal with women more. And then when they do make that decision to be with one, they'll know how to satisfy her.
But isn't that kind of giving too much credit to men though? Not because a lot of men unfortunately do become like dogs and then just sleep around.
So-
No,
fuck
I'm
around.
not focused on them. I
So-
know that can happen. It
So
can happen with
now-
anything. You could go down, if you want to call that, the wrong path. But you're asking me about making that decision to be exclusive. Once I make that, just like when a man says, I'm going to show up to the job at 8 every day. Like, once you commit to it.
Are you holding back until then?
Yeah.
Like,
Yes. I think most men are. I know I am.
I would say that.
That's why I say life is hard for men, because you got to sacrifice to get what you want. You can't. I tried it backwards in my 20s. I had love, but then women broke my heart. I didn't become bitter, but I got to become better.
yeah, you notice like it only take that one time. I even be nervous if I meet a guy he never got his heart broken. I'm
Damn.
Like, yikes.
No, but
I'm
that ma-
kind of nervous
no, but
because
that makes
I don't
sense.
want to be the one.
That makes sense.
Cause I'm very, very quick to leave the relationship if it's not meant to be. If I feel like it's not meant to be, it's same day with me. I'm not gonna force nothing.
That's fair.
And I think that could break somebody's heart very easily because they could look at it like, "Well, I thought we were perfect," or I thought we could work through it. And I'm like, "Nah."
You
So-
do need the experience of dealing with that crazy heartbreak. Definitely, I feel.
But my point was, you see how like it only takes one for you guys to. That's it. Like you kind of give up. Take a while for you guys.
I mean,
Women, that's our nature to get cheated on. Ain't that
Yeah.
crazy?
yeah, I mean, it's
That's crazy.
I wouldn't say.
Don't say nothing. Actually, just let it rock because you gotta eat it. Just give it a moment of silence.
Is there somebody's alarm going off?
Nah, I think that's the clock outside.
Oh wow.
Oh yeah. But yeah.
So elaborate with that. What you mean?
We have to accept that there is
Always somebody trying to go
a
after.
chance. I'm not even gonna say a big chance because they're gonna. I'm not even gonna say a big chance, but there is a chance that your man, husband, boyfriend, love of your life will cheat on you. We know that. We have to accept that. And some women just feel like that's why I'm never leaving him because, all right, the next guy gonna cheat too. And I'm not gonna lie, it makes sense.
It's like taxes.
But-
you always gotta pay them.
I'm not gonna lie, it makes sense. But I'm not gonna stay with somebody that doesn't respect me or doesn't want to commit to just me.
Do you think so
Wait, you don't think
What
men
would you- what-
men don't go through that too, as far as the cheating is concerned?
They
Nah,
probably
more so.
do.
Now more so.
But like I said, women have to accept that men cheating on us is a part of our nature.
Why don't you just
I don't-
accept that we just get another wife?
Listen, how about this? Can I ask you a question? If it worked both ways, would that be okay too?
It doesn't
What?
work like that though.
What you mean?
But would it be just y'all never can answer
hypothetical-
my question?
Wait, I don't
It's just always like
Hypotheticals.
No,
it's yes or no.
that's a great question because I was gonna say you
It
don't
wouldn't.
have to deal with that as a woman, but you do have to become more of. You have to become an exceptional woman for to make a man sacrifice.
True.
True.
So,
But
you
if
can do that.
if you're saying we're in a committed relationship
Mm.
and we're not stepping outside of the relationship, why are you stepping outside of the? That's where the problem starts.
But that's
it's of course it's your nature to want more than one or to want to.
give a man a
We
contract.
know that.
Give a man a contract.
Give him a contract then.
We're not. We just want you
The
to
contract
take
is marriage. What are you talking
accountability
about?
for it.
That's
you know?
true.
The contract is
That's it.
marriage.
The contract is marriage. Yeah.
Yeah, so give him that contract. If he break that shit, take half his
That's
shit.
why
then.
y'all don't
If
want to
he's-
get
if
married
he's-
because y'all know y'all gonna cheat and y'all say, "Oh well,
No.
women gonna take women gonna take
No.
everything
We're
from
gonna
us.
stop
Half
you
of
right
y'all don't even have
now.
nothing to
No,
take."
no,
No,
no.
But
no,
You know when you
she valid with me. She valid with me.
Nah, we
She
gotta
val-
stop
no.
you right there.
No,
We
no,
gotta
no.
stop- we gotta stop you right there.
No, well,
Listen.
y'all both feel that way,
Listen.
but I feel differently.
Listen,
Let go.
we gonna stop that right there. Men don't want to get married because there's a lot more optional things that could lead to you getting half your shit taken away.
Yep.
Not just cheating.
Emotional cheating.
Because if it was just cheating, most men would still do marriage.
you're right.
True.
So
Because most
Valid
men
point.
aren't cheaters.
Yes.
so
Okay.
that's why you don't want to get married because you don't want
The fear of divorce
Like I
keeps
said,
men
I'm
up.
gonna keep
away.
saying this
like
every
you don't
single
want the
time.
government to control that.
I
you
don't want to be held hostage to no woman's feelings ever in my life.
Preach.
Ever.
Preach.
You can wake up one day and fucking love me, and the next day you could feel like, oh, I don't feel like fucking with him, and take half his shit.
Preach.
I'm
That's
not- that's
So
crazy.
this is a question that I actually have. Couldn't there be like a way where you guys could? I wouldn't mind writing up an agreement with my husband and saying like, hey, if things don't work out, which I feel like you shouldn't even have to do, it defeats the purpose. But if it made him feel comfortable or made us feel comfortable because we both or he has a lot that he has
right.
even before me
yeah.
type
Right.
shit, you know, I feel like we could write up something and he can have
Yeah,
that.
prenups happen, but it's just
yeah.
we live in a world now where you got girls saying if a man want a prenup, he don't even love you. So it's like, dang, like I don't marry him if he wants a prenup. Like, there's a lot of influence.
I think you should already know the vibes when you meet your person. You should be talking about stuff like that.
Yeah.
Right?
Facts.
But
And then
most-
you shouldn't even marry her
But
if you
I'm not
think
even
that
gonna
she
lie to
would
you.
even. Which
Absolutely.
people do
I'm
change.
not even
Yeah.
gonna lie to you.
People
A
do
lot of
randomly
people-
change.
A lot of people don't even get to the point of not fuck the prenup. Getting to the point of what values and morals do you stand on?
True.
How is your parenting skills like? What do you hold dear? So that you can see like, all right, is this really gonna work if we?
But my
decide to
point
have-
is, when you already proposed to her, which
Yeah.
means you had already thought that through, why do you need the prenup if you feel?
Most dudes
See,
be
this is the problem.
most
This is the
dudes just be
problem.
falling in
This is the
love and just
problem.
let's get married.
I'm not falling in love, and I'm not marrying based on my fucking feelings
Smart.
at all, ever.
Oh, it lights up. Sorry.
Yeah.
That's dope.
Especially-
Sorry.
Yeah, I would never fall in love with that.
See,
Specifically.
you know what's crazy for women? We fall in love. We want to fall in love with our emotions and da da da. We actually
Yeah,
want
right.
to, but it's starting to seem like that's not safe for us.
The
So
fantasy.
that's why a lot of women,
Are becoming more logical.
are
As they
more.
should though.
You know, they're being more
Why?
strategic about who they
you mean?
marry.
What you
And
mean?
oh,
Why?
that's why the families are like, make sure you got a rich husband and he could take care of the family,
Well,
or
the
he
rich
got a
thing's
little bit,
crazy.
or
Let me
his family is
Let me ask
rich.
you a question. What is feelings based off of? What is the foundation of feelings?
The way you make me feel.
Yeah, answer that.
And that can change every day, right? Any day,
every
any
second.
day.
Yeah, but you have to accept that if you're dealing with a woman.
And
And I
then
get that.
again, like you
But
said,
like
that's
what you-
true. We
like
do
what
have
you
different
said.
emotions every day. But listen, before we divorce you or before we make up the decision,
But this is what I'm
That
That's
you-
discernment skills,
but
though.
this-
You got to see if she makes drastic decisions.
But this is what I'm gonna say to you. You said that most women they have to start thinking more logical and not based off their feelings, and that's how most people should think logical. Yeah, I can feel energetic, motivated, determined one day or 1 month or 1 year.
Right.
But then when stuff happens, it's like, all right, the logic got to kick in. It's like, all right, what are we really doing this for?
Mm.
And then those feelings can come back, right? But if you don't have the logic to be like, all right, I'm gonna stick it through, with
Staying
this
on
time,
duty.
That's
stand
why
on
you have
business.
your husband.
But I think that
That's
men-
why you have the
exactly.
man.
They expect that out of
Yeah.
a woman,
Yes.
but that's why that's
You can't take that from us.
No,
we
no,
cannot control
No,
that
and
literally.
and I get that, but
Right.
I'm saying like I want a woman that can go
A
into
woman
the
that can
logic,
that just
discern.
follows your lead.
that goes into the logical sometimes.
You want a woman that can discern
But
between her
then
feelings
those
and
women
logic.
those women be the strong women,
Nah,
Justin, the
no,
ones
no,
that
no,
she better
no,
not
no,
make
no,
too
no,
much.
no,
I-
no,
I
no,
would-
She was
no,
the-
no, 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 no.
Like
No.
you can't win for losing.
You can have your feelings and be a woman and be feminine as much, but you can have both sides to it. It doesn't have to take it over.
Well,
right?
just as like as shit is about to fall down. Wait a minute.
Yeah, exactly.
Just
The
a wait a
pause.
minute. Not a continue it all day long. Be logical. Just in the moment of desperation.
No,
that
but
stops you.
what me and Kamal is saying, that's what the man is there for, to do that for her.
Yeah, but we also don't live in a world where that's necessarily allowed. The authority of a man to be able to wait a minute, relax, calm yourself.
That's why I become a better, because that's not true what you said.
What's not true?
The better man you become, I believe you're gonna attract more women that want to follow you, and then you could make your choice.
I would say yes and no.
It's a percentage. It's a
I
percentage.
would say yes and no.
Because put like this, there's billionaires that still fucking getting divorced.
Yep,
Yeah, but
divorced
money
to this
has
day.
nothing to do with it, though.
But you could be an
I
exceptional.
mean, not nothing.
exceptional
It's
man.
not the only thing.
But being an exceptional man does not automatically then give you the 100% chance of getting this. That's the thing. There's always a variable.
yeah,
in
but
that.
that's the logic of you kicking in. There's no 100% chance of anything.
Right. That's why.
You got to take that chance.
See, you're willing to take the chance, but there's too many instances where that chance negatively impacts you.
Very drastically.
yes,
Very
but all right, see,
drastically.
look, both of y'all do this though. Y'all both talk extremely intentionally, but then when it's that time, y'all claim everything that why it won't work. You need the feeling
Faith.
part.
And you
Yeah.
need faith
And-
and I-
in your
and I
person
get
and
that,
God and
right?
in the future.
You
But
need the
then
feelings
when
part.
you're a person that has stuff to lose, like a lot of shit to lose,
Can't be
you gotta think
naive.
about every single aspect.
But-
Because that's how people go broke, fucking broke.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Can't
but
be naive.
We know that already, though,
Right.
but we know that already. But y'all speak so.
Right, because there's
What if
more,
you lost all of that? You wouldn't you want like a
You gotta
woman
take
that's
that chance. I like having
No,
the
but
risk.
I'm
Do y'all
not-
think that the
I'm not
50-50 girls taking half your shit should be eliminated?
Yes.
Yes.
Oh, I knew y'all was gonna say yeah.
100,000%.
Why?
Why do you need
All
my
right, let me
shit?
say this. I think that's I agree. I think that should be
100,000%.
Nobody should be able to take nobody's nothing. That's what I think.
You think because you're a
Unless-
body, you could walk here
No,
and come in and take half my
unless-
shit just because you
unless-
exist?
Unless the guy has told you, okay, don't work, take care of the house and the kids,
Exactly.
and I'll provide this and that.
That's when
'Cause
it's a little
all
understandable.
those
So-
years,
so now I
she's
would
not
say this.
working, no her
And I
resume
get
is
that.
shitty.
And that's fine.
And now you're gonna divorce her,
And
or
she has
now let's
nothing.
say even
And she
you
has
didn't even
nothing.
divorce her, you
She has
cheated
nothing.
on her, or whatever, you made her feel
Anything,
different,
yeah,
whatever.
word.
Yeah.
But she
Okay.
don't got
She
no.
nothing.
Yeah.
And when she leaves, she does deserve
Hell yeah.
something
So now
to
my-
either
yeah, of
remain the
course.
lifestyle that
Of
her and the
course.
kids had,
Of course.
or just keep her bubble.
Right,
my,
right.
thing is, right? This is the problem.
Should
with
be a
this-
percentage,
this is
I
the-
think.
This is the problem with
Not half.
marriage, right?
Right.
Just because you marry somebody and you stick it in within 3 years doesn't mean that you deserve 30 years of their entire life's work.
Facts.
Right?
I agree with that.
Facts.
If you come into a relationship and he decides to be like, yo, you're gonna stay home, quit your job, whatever have you, whatever you were making up till that time, every single year, you deserve your salary and some.
What if it start like from the marriage and forward?
What do you mean?
Like it starts from the day you get married.
Yeah,
now
so every
everything
year-
everything y'all make together
Every year,
splits in half. Is that
every
fair?
year? No. No. Hell no.
Why not? You built that with her.
No.
Even though you feel
But-
like, oh, I paid all the bills, you was able to do all of that because she was able to take care of home and your kids too.
No, that's not a big. I wouldn't say that.
She don't
So how
deserve
do you-
that.
She deserves a
What
percentage
if?
of it.
But
That's
what if?
not
All right.
half.
What if she made more, right? And you didn't make as much. You don't still think it should be? I still think it should be
I
split
wouldn't-
50-50.
No, I don't
No.
think it's 50-50. I think I
No.
deserve a portion of that because I
Small
contributed
percentage.
to it.
So
right?
they should get a percentage.
Exactly.
A small percentage, yeah.
Because 50% is mean that, all right, so you're at home, right? I pay for the house, the electricity, everything, right? You're just working. That's any normal person could do that,
Right,
right?
right.
And it's your kids. It's our kids. You have more of
Our
incentives
kid, yeah.
to work. It's not like you're doing that for somebody else's kids,
Right,
Right?
right.
on
And
top of
because
that-
you want to do that, right?
Out of the
Yeah,
love
'cause
and
out of
desire
love
to.
And you
yeah.
want to.
Yes.
Yeah.
And I
Right?
want to do that.
You
And I
don't
pay
want
for
her
it.
to do that, right?
What you mean?
You don't want her to be the one to pay all the bills, and you want her to not do that,
Yes,
right?
yes,
Okay,
I want her
Right.
to
now
not do
go.
that.
Right.
So now my thing is that I have more to lose because I'm doing more work.
She's losing too. That would kill
No.
me, honestly, if a guy even I've even had a guy come and kind of like try to sweep me off my feet. Like, look, you don't gotta do nothing. This was a genuine
Nah,
good guy
see,
that known me
this
for a
is my
long
thing.
time. But guess what? That was a risk for me.
But this what-
Because
that's what
I
I'ma
have
say.
a brand.
But
I
this
have
is-
stuff I'm
but this is
working
what
on.
I'ma
You want
say.
me to hold back,
But this is what
not
I'ma say.
working, and focus on the
But this
house
is-
and kids.
But this is what I'm gonna say.
And you don't think I'm risking just as much as
But
you?
this is what
I'm
I'm gonna
stopping
say.
my whole motion
All right,
for
so-
you to trust
Okay,
your
so let me
to
say-
trust your lead.
Let me say this.
You better do it,
Let me say
Facts.
this. Let me say this.
or I
I'm
won't
not-
have.
I'm not the. No.
It's like,
No.
I'm playing.
They need
I'm
that.
playing.
I'm not the type of guy to be like, all right, you can stop exactly everything what you're doing, whatever have you. It's like, all right, you're gonna have to cut back on it.
No, no,
Yeah,
no,
you
no, no,
have-
no,
you
no.
have
can't-
kids.
There's
You have
no-
kids. You would have to
kids.
cut
You have
back.
to cut back.
There's no halfway on
There's
that.
no
though.
Yes,
halfway.
it is.
No,
Yes,
it's
it
not
is.
because she's
You
still
can
gonna be
still-
tired.
You still can manage your business and still do. There's single mothers right now that got.
She ain't
businesses.
gonna
All right,
be
do
a
you-
feminine woman.
do you want her to do that?
She ain't going.
Huh?
Do
You
you want
want
her
it.
to
If
do
she
that?
wants to do that, yes, no problem. You have the option with me. You can either stay home and take care of the kids until they're a certain age and you can go back into it, or you can basically spend most of the time here and still do what you got to do, or hire somebody else. I got enough money. Let's
Right.
hire somebody. So
Yeah,
that they can
that's.
fill your
I'm
spot.
gonna have to do that because I don't see me
Yeah.
just stopping everything just to trust one person's
but
plan.
best believe-
that's a big risk for me.
But best believe
not
you're
for you.
not getting 50% of what I've worked fucking 35 years
So
for.
your
Facts.
thing is
You're
just
not
the
having
percentage
it.
is
That's
too
true.
high.
Facts.
Yes.
Do you think the percentage is too
Like
high?
you're telling me there's some people, bro, there's some women in this world that would literally get married, stay in a relationship for 3 years,
And then
try to take
divorce and
But
take half.
listen,
$100 million.
you focusing on a negative, but there is a lot of women who help their husbands get most of that money, flip that money, expand that
Yes.
money too.
Yeah.
And even though they wasn't doing it
And that's
physically,
rare.
they've done a lot
Very
of
rare
stuff
and not
behind the
as many.
scenes.
If it's
So they
rare or
are.
not
They
rare.
might.
It
Those
does
people
matter.
might be entitled to the 50. That's why they're saying
It's
50.
rare.
I think
It's very
No, no,
rare.
This is where the
But-
logic in y'all hope goes against y'all because it doesn't matter if it's rare or not when you're choosing that woman.
Yes, that's the
Yeah,
it's
but
black
you-
and white.
yeah, but your
got
chance,
to
you
choose
still
the right woman.
one.
Yeah.
Exactly,
exactly.
and y'all chose her.
But
So
you
why are
never
y'all
know.
crying
But the-
about
Yeah,
it?
exactly. That's
No one.
exactly.
No, we're not
Nobody-
crying
we're not
about it.
crying
There's,
about
no one's crying about anything. What
Oh
we're
my
trying,
gosh!
what we're trying to.
If I
Let me-
choose to marry her, she could take half my
Right,
shit.
you,
It doesn't
right,
matter.
and there's potentials and chances to everything. Right, obviously you're the one that makes
you
the choice.
could have that. All right, you can have that outlook in
Yeah.
life, but me, you're not marrying me and even thinking you're getting half my shit.
Exactly.
No, I'm not.
I'm
No,
saying it's
we're
gonna be
not
very
saying
difficult for you to get married then.
that's
I
what
don't
we're.
give a
That's
fuck. I'd rather stay single then.
even though we're not agreeing.
I'd rather
Even though
have
we're
my
not agreeing with
foundation
the
than have a
50%.
woman.
Even though
Right.
we're
I'm
not
dead
agreeing with the
serious.
50%, that's what it is. So don't marry her unless you're willing to do that.
Yeah, so I'm not getting married then. Just point out blank. Simple as that.
Makes sense.
The fuck you think I'm about to work all my life to give it to some
half.
fucking woman?
That's crazy.
Half is crazy.
So
my
you don't
nigga.
think you'll ever find someone that special?
I could?
Potentially.
See,
Potentially.
now you're where I am at. That's how I got
Because
to where
my
I'm
thing,
at. That's
because
why
my
I
thing
don't
is a man.
see
My
it.
thing is a man. If you actually
I'm
love
not
me and care
against
for me
it.
and not my money, I'm not gonna let you fucking come into my life and I really like you or really love you
Right.
and not try to build something for you
Right.
at all, ever. Now, if you want more than that, oh nah, get the fuck out of here.
Mm-hmm.
Simple as that.
Fair.
I agree.
Okay, all right. We always end up talking about marriage.
I'm all
and
with
all that
being
stuff with you.
fair. I'm all with
Being fair.
I'm all with the ending fair.
Yeah, it should
Right.
be
As long as
fair.
it's fair.
Yeah,
And not.
fair.
I'm
not
trying to get you out of
equal,
spite.
not equal,
No,
not the
fair.
same,
Yeah,
just fair.
Yeah. Fair.
Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. You should be able to do that if you was married to the person too.
Right.
Yeah, I would think.
Fairness.
Because respectfully,
I
right?
don't think I choose.
But people
that
be
path.
letting their feelings get in the way, and that's why
because-
they got the paper.
But see,
Big
respectfully, right? And this is the thing which I don't even fucking understand how this is even possible.
Right.
The woman could cheat and still get alimony and still take half of your shit.
Craziness.
That's
Yeah, but
insanity.
we're not focused on that because
I'm just saying,
He's
but that's a
speaking.
part of a
that is-
problem.
that is a
But
problem.
I
it
mean,
is, yeah. I mean, well, hopefully, well, you got to. How do you change?
I don't want
laws?
all the negatives to hold y'all back from getting married, though.
No,
like
it's not
these
holding
are
me
crazy
back.
stories, but there are a lot of amazing stories
Yeah,
that
Right.
work
Yeah,
out.
Smaller
They're just
percentages.
not
Smaller
talked about
percentages.
because it's
Like,
not
once you start-
entertainment.
yeah.
But you got to understand that there's a lot of people not. I mean, our generation was like literally the last generation that had parents that were together.
But
and
that's
you've
why we
seen
said
it.
the environment, like where we are. I think it's really where I am right now.
Facts.
I don't
Nah,
think
it's
this
all-
is like the world is so big. It's
All
no
right, I won't say
way.
the world.
It's just because I'm
In-
right
in-
here.
in-
The
Facts.
world,
Facts.
anywhere I
Wow.
can go, another country,
in-
another. It doesn't
no,
matter.
in another country, that shit doesn't happen. But I'm talking about
In
here,
America.
In America, that shit is rampant.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah,
Rampant.
um,
Because in other countries,
What's-
they hold true to those.
Well, China,
religious
Values,
values.
And India are starting to follow suit though. So
Slowly but surely, but
Yeah.
not as big.
I've been watching their news a lot, and they've been having a lot of issues with divorce rates now. So
yeah, because it's just different now. It's
well, everyone's focused on marriage as being a business exchange and
Yeah.
not about love.
Yeah.
so. How do you think that the contracts and stuff are gonna begin changing? Like,
It
is there a
has
trend?
to though.
Well, it's gonna have to
Changing
because
that?
what's happening now is everyone's getting older, and we're not making enough children, right? So as time goes on, the population is going to get older and older and older. Not a lot of young people. There's going to be way more single people in the future than there will be in relationships, and it's going to get to a point where I think you're going to have like people living in communes and stuff to try and like have some kind of social interaction. It's going to get bad. It's going to get bad and probably get worse before it gets better.
I don't think it's beneficial anymore, sadly, to get married anymore. Except for, I only have my one reason as to why I want to get married. And like I said, it's because I want to actually be a part of someone's family or my own family.
That's
That's
fair.
the only reason why I want to get married. So like I said, I don't really have to sign those papers, but I'm going to change my last name. I want
That's
to
fair.
become one. And
That's
I feel
fair.
like if you're gonna change the last name part, you definitely got to do the marriage part too.
You think so?
no, but I'm okay with you having your own thing. Not having your own thing, but no, we do.
Because
we do need
does
agree.
how does it look like you changing your last name? Then you
No,
break
because
up and
married.
then
I mean, because at the end of
now
the
you still got that last name, and you got to change your name again.
no, but they still married though.
No, we not. We just change the last
Paperwork
name. It's
wise,
kind of true.
marriage is. I don't really. Marriage. I don't think you need the government.
But that's what I'm
signing
saying.
paperwork in order to
That's the
marry.
reason why I'm getting
Well,
married.
Okay, I meant like all right, like married as in you can do it religiously, whatever have you.
Right, religious marriages happen.
Yeah. I could
Do y'all
understand
want
that.
it like how? What's your time frame? Because we always end up talking about this.
Okay,
We're getting married. I'd say 35.
I would say 34, 35.
Yeah, 35.
I'm almost there, and
No,
I
I'll
still
say-
don't think about it at
I
all.
keep forgetting how
I'll say
old
whenever
you are.
you're. I'll say whenever you're ready.
I feel like
But I do
35.
think if once you're in your 30s, you are a lot more mature. You're a lot more
Yeah,
wise. You've experienced enough. Even if you didn't go through it, you saw it. You saw someone else go through it. So 30s
I
is
say
like pretty
35 for
valid.
me because I feel like by then I should have everything that I need.
34.
So how long
I
gotta-
feel like
you
40.
gotta start
The
getting
your
right soon.
options getting slim at 40. It's mad hard to find. Like
You want to have some youth. You want to have some youth. You want to have some youth for your woman. You
Right?
Don't, you don't want to be this old man.
Why not? I would be an old sage.
You want to be
no,
I don't
no
wanna be
married.
Yeah,
Like
I
you don't want
wanna
to be
but-
old.
No, I'm saying I could have my children like after 40.
I mean, if that's
No,
what
but you
want
want
to
your
do.
woman to enjoy you while you're young right now and fit. You don't want to be like, yeah, back in the day, I used to work out all the time. Man. Look, check my podcast. Look at my muscles. You want her to
And
feel
plus-
that now. You
Plus, my
marry her
uncle, he's 50 years old, and he had his first kid at 50. And he tells me all the time. I see him run around my parents' house, and he be sweating. He came up to me one time. He's like, "Don't have kids at 50." He said, "Have them as early as possible." He says, "I'm tired every day. My knees hurt. Because you gotta run with them. You gotta pick them up. It's a lot."
There's a
but
trend
then-
where a lot of men are having kids later. Do you think that's a good thing generally
that's
or a
bad.
bad thing?
I think it's bad. I mean, number one, like your sperm isn't as good. So there's birth defects that can occur and happen to your child. Not just from the man, but from
I
the
think
woman.
The woman more so
Yeah,
than the man.
it-
The man, I feel like kids be fine. Like,
No, I'm
on their part.
just putting that out there. But yeah, you're not wrong. And then but overall, man, I think that you want to have the energy to take it. Like I would hate that if my baby girl's running around. He's like, "Daddy, can you pick me up?" And I'm just so tired, and I'm just like, "No." And I think that would hurt. You know what I'm saying? I want to have the energy to just have fun with them.
But kids do keep you young. My mom had
That's a
me
fact.
pretty late. Well, I don't know, 37 is pretty late. Right?
What? That's young.
37.
Well,
Well,
younger-
for women, it's
No, I got you. Sorry,
a
my
little
bad.
late,
You're right.
but
my bad.
I feel like if it wasn't for me, I have brothers and sisters too that's older. But if it wasn't for me,
She'd
just
be less
keeping her
active,
young,
yeah.
like having her
Okay.
run around after me and stuff like that.
I'm not saying I necessarily wanted to have my child at 40, but I do think I would be a better dad if I did. Like
You
the
think so?
older I get, I think I would be a better dad.
You're right.
So
Well,
Yeah.
with age comes wisdom and
Yeah.
all that.
But then you also want to be able to see them grow up as well too.
Yeah.
You don't want to be 70.
yeah,
years
that's
old
the
and
catch
be
22 of
20.
life.
Yeah.
Yeah,
You end up
true.
dying and they going to college.
And then
That's
put
why
like
I
this.
asked you, what do you think is the best time frame?
And put like this, what if you have to want to have multiple kids? You might have one. You might want to maybe you have another one. Now you have another one at 60. Now you're 92 years old and your
Ooh.
child is 20.
But
Yeah.
it's a lot of men thinking of the negative stuff like that and saying, "Oh, I'm not gonna have kids. It's too late," and that's not true. Sometimes they live to see their kids get
Yeah.
older as well.
Well, yeah.
And nowadays, we don't know what's gonna happen tomorrow. Have kids. Do whatever you want to do.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I want to be. I mean, I think I'm already there now, but I want to be significantly older than my child.
Significantly?
Like a lot of, like I was saying, a lot of people are having kids young.
Right.
So like being 20 years older than your child, like it's
So if you're gonna do
Brother,
that,
you're-
I would
you're older-
suggest
You're old enough now to have kids. 'cause
I
by
would
the time
suggest
your
start-
child's
I
20
said-
or 50 something.
Yeah, I said I'm already there.
I would suggest
Good.
start running around doing everything that you could imagine. Do it now.
Yeah.
Do what?
Do everything you want to do
Anything
now.
you're dreaming, oh, one day I want to do this, or I always wanted to try. Do all of that now.
Because kids become
Because
priority.
when you get the kid comes first, and you might not even come second at all.
That's why. But that's why I asked y'all. Do you think it's better that men are? I think when men are making that conscious decision to have children later, I think that's a good thing.
But take advantage of now, then build and
Yeah.
get yourself together.
But not every man's
have
thinking like
fun.
that too. But she's right.
I think the max age you should shoot for is 35, honestly.
35, 30,
Yeah.
yeah.
35 to 38 around there.
So you don't see yourself being 42 years
Nah,
old.
I don't
All
wanna
let
be
me
40.
ask another
I wanna
question
already
because
have my
we
kids.
always talking about none of y'all
So
really
what
have
if you
kids.
don't have children? Sorry.
Go ahead, no, go ahead.
What if you don't have children by that time? You're just not gonna have children.
It'll be
Mm.
more so of the leaning towards not having children, but I'll still try by 40. But by 40, it's done. Like,
Yeah.
I'm not having
Yeah.
I got another good question
I feel
because
like
none of
that's
y'all have
so
kids,
young.
right? Nobody
No.
have kids. All right. So we always talk about when you have your first kid, but after you have your first kid, how long are you guys gonna wait until you have your second, or are you gonna have two or more? Because I need
want at
help.
least
As
four.
soon as
I
she,
would-
as
I
soon
need
as she's
help.
ready. As
I
soon
want-
as she's
I
ready.
I would say maybe between 2 and 3 years.
I would say as soon as she's ready.
Listen, it sounds so good, but 2 and 3, 2 might be in Pampers still.
Mm.
So now you got to do 2 kids in the Pampers, 2 in a car seat, 1 in this type of car seat.
Yeah.
Do you want to be doing 2,
But
or do
guess
you
what?
want to give your one child a
Mm-hmm.
few years with your full undivided attention, maybe 5, 6
Oh, I
years,
see, yeah.
7 years? You focus on them, and then you add on.
That's
Because
what my parents
sometimes
did.
the second kid helps for the most part, though. But sometimes it'll make you a little bit more impatient. Maybe on a mom's part. Maybe I'm speaking from a mom perspective.
Mm.
But like, having to get 2 kids dressed and having to do for 2 is a lot.
I mean, hey, depending on the age, like if I'm already touching 40, and you're talking about not having another kid and having another
Yeah.
kid and stuff like that. Listen, it's a sacrifice.
You don't seem affectionate. Would you be affectionate with your kid? I can't really picture
Of
just
course
like
I
oh,
Yeah,
I can't really picture. I
I'm a-
could picture
I'm a
Kamal
goofball.
like just being. I could picture you being a good dad. I can't picture you really
I'm a
being
goofball.
like mushy and.
Yeah,
affectionate.
like I said, I'm a private man. I do that within my own
I know.
household.
That's why I want to know.
I
That's
do
why I
it
want to
on the
see it.
outside. It's not happening.
That's why it's interesting.
My parents had I was 7 years old when my second brother was born, and then my middle brother was born. I think that was good for my mom and dad because I pretty much took care of like my brother while they were out, and like I changed diapers and stuff. So like it
See,
helped.
That's not always like a good. Well, not saying that. That's not always a good thing, but that makes us feel guilty sometimes as a mom.
What?
Leaving our kid. Well, me, I think I would feel bad leaving you. Like, make sure you watch your brother, sister, or don't let it. Like,
My
I
mother
feel
would brag
bad.
about that. She'd be like, my son taking care of his brother. Look at that.
I mean, I can't judge with.
No, but everybody's
I
different.
can't judge anybody because my daughter is 5. Well, my daughter's about to be 6, and it's given.
But wait, you would feel guilty like if she had to take care of.
Yeah, like I feel guilty right now having a baby
Mm-hmm.
and having to say, watch your little sister, watch your little brother, or don't do that, or like making her have to hurry up and grow up and be
Mm.
so, responsible
yeah.
after her brother or sister. I don't really want to do that. That's what's making me
I feel
kinda
like
nervous.
because my mom did that, it made me more like responsible.
Yeah, no, it's true.
You
It's
know?
like it's a good thing sometimes, and then sometimes it's a bad thing because the kids grow up like, Dad, I don't even want to have kids. I raised my brother and sister. Like,
Yeah.
oh, she having another one now. I gotta raise 2 of them. I gotta watch 3 kids.
I think it all
Like,
depends
you
on the
don't
mom,
never
but-
really get a life. So I don't know if I want to have my kid right now. I think I don't mind my kid being like. My daughter being like 12 and I'm starting over, I don't think I mind because then I wouldn't feel so guilty about her babysitting or like watching
Right,
baby for a
right.
second. I feel like that'll give her enough time to be spoiled, to have my undivided attention. I was able to save up, do whatever I need to do, get the college funds
I
together.
mean, hey, if that's the best method for you, hey.
Only because I don't have a big family, so I don't have a lot of support.
Oh,
So I
see.
think
Okay.
me personally, I need to have my kids spread out.
yeah,
to
that's
be on the
yeah,
safe
that's fair.
side.
Everybody's situation is different. So
Yeah.
Okay.
Because if I have more than one kid, I'm gonna be on welfare. Like, there's no way.
mm,
I'm purposely gonna I need help. I'm gonna
Right.
need help. Everybody needs help. So it's just gonna make me too much pressure for me.
gotcha.
Real heavy topics today, y'all.
Yeah, we
I
could,
felt the energy before.
Miss Tiana.
It's real deep. Y'all want to continue that or bring it somewhere else?
I mean, anything, man. Hey, you got me.
So I would say that's a question I want to ask. How does it look for the average guy in the dating field now?
What do you mean by average?
Average working man.
Like how like he's working a 9 to 5. How much is he making? Like 54,000 a year.
50, 60,000 around that.
Okay. Well, I think that's looked at as either like broke or like you can't take care of yourself. Well, you can't take care of yourself, but you can't take care of another person. This is words from a woman that I was debating. She said, 54,000, you could barely take care of yourself. I think,
Exactly.
but I think like at the end of the day, as a man, you should be shooting for at least 84,000. At least 80. At least 80. I think at least 80.
Yeah, 80's enough to like.
Right. I think that like once I got up there, I was like, oh, okay, I could actually. Like,
How much do y'all need to be making a year to start y'all families?
I said like 150
100,000 something like at least
150.
100,000
to be comfortable. 150.
But nowadays, people be 80,000, 90,000 on the books, and then the rest they make it happen.
Yeah, that's true.
That don't mean all illegal. That
But
don't
we
mean
but we
drugs.
talking about the
That could be
average.
whatever.
Hold on, but we talking about the average.
Yeah, because
man.
that guy might make 80,000, 70,000, but don't think he don't got it or he not gonna come up with that if he did have a family.
No, but I think that when people hear average, they're not thinking that he's got all these like side things. I think they're thinking just a dude that's like working a 9 to 5 and he comes home to his apartment and
I'd say you need at least 150. At least 150. Because you're factoring tax. Because by the time you get that 150 back, you're making like maybe.
it's not wrong, but I don't
90,000.
think that a lot of
we
people.
count overtime.
150. I'm talking
Hell
about
yeah.
150 over. Doesn't matter.
Yeah,
what
yeah,
it
yeah,
is.
yeah. Overtime,
150,
definitely.
150 gross salary. By the time you get that back, before your deductions, it's gonna be like at least like.
But how many
maybe like
people? How many
95.
people realistically can do that?
Not a
Right.
lot.
That's what I'm talking about.
Not a lot.
Not a lot.
Not a lot.
And
We're talking
nowadays-
we're talking about
Nowadays,
in
just
today's
that
field.
ain't nothing. That ain't like
It's
what is
not.
that? I'm not going a whole. I honestly don't want to do a whole year working a 9 to 5,
Yeah.
slaving, going there more than I go home
Yeah.
for 100,000 or 150.
Because inflation, and then how many federal workers lost their jobs already? It's been a lot.
Yeah,
man.
it's not even worth it no more.
It's crazy.
Get you a plan, invest. That's
Yes.
the best way. Just
Yeah.
invest.
But I'm telling you, if you're not touching at least that, like, because most people got college debt, most people got car insurance.
And how much is a kid? They said a kid is like $1 million a year, or something like that. How much is a kid?
Nah,
I'm just speculating. Like, how much would you
$1
say?
million is crazy.
I'm
just
gonna
saying, like,
say a kid, and I'm just saying this for people that's probably in
if you don't
fear
have
of
health
having a
insurance, it might be
kid.
$1 million. But
That's really where the money comes in at health insurance and daycare. Other than that, kids are not expensive.
Oh, then I'm
period.
good.
Nothing else. You,
Yeah,
I
daycare's
like.
a
I don't
lot,
put
too.
my daughter in like a whole bunch of designer. I go to
Yeah,
like,
yeah. So question,
you know,
question to you.
H&M, shit, might find something at Walmart, Zara, whatever looks cute
Right.
and nice on her. I put on her. That don't cost
So
nothing.
question to you then. So why do so many girls, when I talk to them, they're like, having a child is like buying a house, like.
Because it's a huge investment in somebody that I have to depend. I mean, I have a whole nother life that has to depend on.
No,
me.
yeah, 100%.
So you just want extra security. You're scared.
No, 100%. But like, what you would say, because you just said like kids aren't really that expensive
Yeah,
once
they're
once
not.
you got the. Because I hear the complete opposite from girls.
It's the wants. It's what they want for their kid that's expensive. But
I
the
see.
needs for a kid is not expensive.
Okay.
They
all right.
eat
Now,
like
I wa-
rabbits. They
and
eat little chicken nuggets, or even if you gave them healthy stuff, it's like carrots, a little.
And-
They
Fruit
don't
snacks
barely
and-
really eat much. It's how you train them. Now, if you gave them a bunch of snacks all day, then they require snacks all day. If you showed them Jordans, then they want Jordans.
I
If you
see.
show,
I
it's just
say
how
this
you
as
train
well,
your
too.
kid. They're not expensive.
It costs a lot to some mothers. I won't say families, but mothers that don't have their shit together before they have the kid.
It's
'Cause
daycare.
It's a time.
It's daycare. It's food, and
Because
healthcare.
Because I'll say it's a time, because like if you don't have like a degree already,
The
or you
only
don't
thing
have a
that
certain
costs money.
job,
Right.
You don't have the time to even try to like, because you got to take care of your kid. You don't have the time to like better yourself. To,
Right.
Yeah.
to
So you
make
got to
that
do it
money.
beforehand, man.
Exactly. You got to have that kind of job first before you try to do all those things, because now you don't have the time to do
Yeah,
it.
thank God. Shout out to my mother for getting me into school early and telling me study. Thank God. Shout out to my mother because she got me into medicine at 13. She made me do volunteer programs. I was like, Mom, I want to stay home and play video games. She's like, No, you going to go volunteer
Right.
in this hospital. And then thanks to that, it got me into what I'm doing now. So thank God.
That's why they call kids like your broke bestie. I used to say that because other people were saying it, but then I'm like, oh, she really is my broke bestie. Like she has no money, but we going to the store and it's nothing she can't get.
I'm
Like,
gonna
and I'm
use
not
that.
saying no, like, or
That's
I'm gonna.
cute.
It's
That's
just
cute.
like, it's amazing. I love being a mom.
Children are wonderful, man. Anytime I'm working in pediatrics, I love children. I love helping children, taking care of kids, giving them little toys.
You don't get unconditional love until you have a kid. And like I said, everybody says that, oh, when you have your kid, da da da.
Nah, yeah.
But it take a little while for it to hit, for you to really like know, like, oh, my kid really is watching everything.
Mm-hmm.
You could be a bad influence. You could be a guy throwing up gang signs, and next thing you know, that it's in your kid. Your kid is just watching you and doing the same thing. So literally everything you do, they are watching you, and it's actually mad cool. Like, it's
Hell
cool.
yeah.
That's
what?
awesome, man. I can't wait.
That's
To,
us.
Yeah.
I
We
can't
were-
wait. I
we-
can't wait to
we-
be a parent one day.
we-
But it
Children,
helps
that-
you. It helps you
beautiful.
become disciplined. It helps you say like, okay, I gotta fix myself because she's doing this. For example, I listen to my music, right, and I'm thinking my daughter's 5. She's not paying attention. She don't know, right? And,
Switch to every lyric. Now.
and guess what my daughter's favorite song is?
Glorilla.
She loved Glorilla.
Yeah.
She
The
loved
kids love
Glorilla.
Glorilla.
And then look, one
You
day I
started
saw
them
her like
young.
this because we're always in the house, like we're always
Right.
just around small crowds. We don't really go out too much, but she's like this. And in my head, I'm like, where's she getting that from? But like, that be me sometimes. Like, I be doing that sometimes. Like, cause I'm like, where could she be getting that from?
The mimic-
like,
the
they don't
mimicking.
even do that in the video. So I'm like, oh, she's getting that from me. Like every little, even a song, she's picking up on songs that I like. Now she likes these. So now I started listening to other stuff in the car. Like, well, let me play some damn jazz or something. Let me play something else so she can get
she's
interested
already-
in
Yeah.
that
she's
and
already
not
a
be a
city
damn
girl.
rapper when she grow up. Like,
She's
you know.
already a city girl. God damn, that's damn. That's
Already a
That's
city
fucked
girl.
up.
Jeez.
No, for real. I be
She
listening
said
to
she
that though.
already
So
a
I gotta
city
be
girl.
mindful of what I'm playing
City
in the
girl.
house and how I turn up because she's starting to like the music that I like. So
My dad be playing freaking Tribe Called Quest all the time. That's why I love Tribe Called Quest. And I
Yeah,
love
yeah.
Diggable Planets and stuff. My dad be playing all of that. And then my mother be playing like Erykah Badu and shit. So I know
Right.
all of those songs. And it's
Right.
like, yeah.
and it's really hard to be something you're not with your kids. Like your kids are around you 24/7, so they see you
that must
at-
be so
like they
crazy.
see everything. So as bad as I want to play some jazz music or play some other type of music, maybe slow R&B, if that's not me, I'm not really gonna play it. It's not. She's not gonna adapt to that. Like she's.
Yeah, man. I hate that our society like kind of puts down being like parents, and it's like so focused on like independent, like go have fun. But I think it like they kind of like poop on like mothers and fathers. Like I kind of hate that our society does that.
I think people judge who you are, and then when you have a kid, they look at you like, "How dare you have a kid? Like you have so many flaws to fix. How dare you have a kid? Like and make an extra." You made another version of you. Like if people hate you, they're like, "Oh, you made another one."
You're a 304 and you want to have more.
Put that on a T-shirt.
Wait, so how many kids y'all said y'all want to have?
4.
3.
At least 4.
I said
Two.
4, now I'm down
3.
to 2.
2? I mean, 2's fair. I want 3.
I want 2.
If I have a boy, now after, then I'm done.
That's fair.
But if I have a girl, I might
Trying for the
again.
son.
I might, but if I have 3 girls, it's a wrap. You can burn them tubes. Not doing it.
Yeah, 3 girls is crazy.
That's wild.
But if hopefully I'm married. I said I'm not having another kid until I'm married.
That's
So
fair.
hopefully I'm married. If I'm married, and if my husband is giving me a stable life,
Right.
I'm having as many kids as he wants.
Exactly.
I don't care if it's 8,
That's
10,
what I'm trying to
20.
get right.
Because
I
it
want a
doesn't
big
matter.
ass
I'm
family.
I'm gonna do my part. He's gonna do his part. And if he wants more kids, and he feel like we clearly he
Like
thinks we can afford them.
like a Elon Musk
He
situation.
clearly thinks we can afford them. So I'll have as many as he wants.
like an Elon Musk
Listen,
situation
I'll
where
say
he
that.
got
As long as he
He got
accept
a
my
lot of
body and he's not like, oh, look at that stomach, look
Elon
at those
Musk got
titties. It's
14
like, nigga, I had 8 kids. Nigga.
Elon Musk got what, 13, 14 kids? How many kids he got?
That's cool.
He got
Cool,
enough
dude.
money to have 14.
Yeah.
15
Yeah,
kids,
richest
though.
man on the planet.
Are they with one woman?
No, he's got multiple baby
See,
mamas.
now you can't have too many kids because you can't be one place.
Yeah.
yeah,
Too many
yeah,
places
yeah,
at one
yeah,
time.
yeah.
I mean, hey, you could
It's
put
really hard to
No,
be a
no,
great
just
father
money
like
doesn't
that.
fix everything. Okay, not this
You
time.
could have a 20
Okay?
house and
Not this time.
Every family got their section.
You know what's crazy? no. But you know,
Yo.
you know what's crazy about that? He got
They
he
wing.
bought a
Wing.
compound and he put all of them in the compound.
See, that's it.
He made it work.
Yeah.
But like I said, he can't be in a house and get to the
It's a-
kid can't witness the mother and
Right,
father
right,
and
right.
growing up day to day.
Yeah.
Right,
Not
right.
I still think
Every
that's
other
the
month.
best dynamic.
What you
Just
mean every other
seeing-
month?
Seeing both
I
of
go to
them.
Bravo Wing Tuesday,
'Cause
Charlie
my-
Wing Wednesday. You know, go see my kids there. It's in the same house.
Okay.
This
So,
guy.
At what age? At what age are you allowing your kid to date? Period. Boyfriend and
To
girlfriend.
date.
Today.
Ooh. If it's my son, is a
The
whole
son?
different. His son is
All right, the
son
son,
is
what
earlier.
age?
The son,
What age?
16.
16.
16.
That's actually pretty late. Guys be
Yeah.
bugging with the ages. 16 is
16.
decent.
16.
I think that's
16.
perfect
Focus
for a
on
guy.
school. 16.
16.
At
Right.
least you get to experience it a little bit, right? Maybe get your heart break and become alpha.
Matter of fact,
But
I
daughter.
should have said sex instead.
Oh, sex is different.
Yeah, it's different.
Six.
What age would you allow your kids to have sex?
I'll just say
Isn't
protection.
that a really difficult thing? No, yeah, protection. Because at the end of the day,
Protection.
I can't control.
You're not controlling it.
protection.
I'm saying,
So-
what age would you allow it? Would you accept it? Would you let them make the decision and say,
daughter like 20.
that's actually, no,
Yeah,
that,
like 20.
I was, yeah.
I know it
20,
sound
can't
crazy,
control
but
it. I can't control it. But
if you
better-
could, 20.
Yeah,
I would
20.
Yeah, I
accept
think
it
that's
at
actually
I would
smart.
accept it at 18, 19, but I'm gonna be like, when she's 15, I'm gonna have that whole conversation. I'm gonna be like, look, I don't want you doing this.
no, at 15, before 15,
But
it has
what-
to be when she get her period. You got to have that discussion.
Thank you. I didn't. But when that happens, when that situation, I'm gonna just be like, look, I don't want you doing this. But if it happens, we have everything you need here, and I need you to talk to me about it. Because I would hate
Right,
for
you wanna make
I would
her
hate for her
comfortable.
to feel like she can't talk to her
Right.
father.
Or like she going to get in trouble.
right. I'm a beat her or
And
something.
she's just
like-
going to sneak and do it.
Nah, she's gonna be in trouble. But
Oh yeah.
yeah, she's gonna be in trouble.
Yeah, you're gonna be in trouble, but
Oh
I'm
it's
not-
not
my
gonna be
God,
It's not gonna
Just.
be crazy. Like I'm gonna take your game away or
Right.
You are
down
at 20, you ain't taking nothing.
I mean, I
You
could
take your mind off of it.
No.
You just got to be mad.
no,
You just got to be mad.
no, they're gonna be an adult then. They got to get a job.
Oh, man.
What about you? Come on. You seem so like, well, whatever floats their boat. Can be whatever age. You seem so like understanding.
My man's gonna have like 4 wives trying to tell his son not to have one.
You seem understanding. You seem like you wouldn't even whatever age, you'll just be accepting and move from there.
Kumbaya.
I would approach it the way I approach my own life. So
How?
How is that?
Look,
Elaborate.
I mean, of course,
exactly what I said. But go ahead.
elaborate.
Of course, with the daughter, I would have that conversation, like you said, around that age where she getting her period and stuff. And probably for my son around that same age when he started hitting puberty. And I'll just tell them, be responsible because it's unrealistic to suppress it.
See,
Right.
That's how I see it.
it don't matter the age.
I mean, they.
All right. What
I
if they both young, 13, they had sex? Are you mad? Are you gonna be mad at them?
Did they do it responsibly?
See, you see, understanding. I know you.
Yeah, did they do it?
No, that's cool though.
I won't like it, but if they did it like you said, responsibly, it's like I can't stop you.
It's like a.
It's like it's one of those.
Yeah, right?
I'll let
Because
them
I
know-
agree
yeah.
with how he's.
I'll let them
I
know
want to
the
feel
risk
like
and
that.
all that stuff, but it's like
If it's older, I'm gonna feel like that. If it's younger, I'm gonna be upset because it's like
I'm
you're
gonna
trying to be fast. You're trying to get.
realistically.
You're trying to see what the hype is about, and look, there you go, nothing.
Realistically, do kids go tell their parents the first time they had sex? Did you tell your parents?
I didn't
Like,
have to because
I'm
I
not
was.
gonna bank on their guaranteed to tell
My
me.
dad already knew. He was
There's-
like, he's like, stop.
That's what
hiding
I'm
it.
saying.
I was-
It's not something I expect out of them. I would love it, but like
I feel like I was at
I
the
was
age
just-
where they expected it, so I didn't have to say it.
Uh,
I wasn't super young,
Well, hopefully.
so I didn't have to say it. But I feel like if I was young, I would have to tell them like,
hopefully,
look, da, 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 da.
hopefully you'll foster a open door policy household.
The crazy thing is, I told you, my dad, I could tell. I could have told my not to put my sister business, but my sister just told my dad. It's just like, okay.
yeah.
My dad was like, fuck, but
Yeah, my younger brother just told.
he had to
just told
tell her, like, give her the story. But she was comfortable enough to tell him.
I mean,
It's a lot more hype now.
I don't know if I would tell them to
A lot more
come
hype.
tell me. I would just be like
Honest if they ask.
responsibly.
Oh.
Just be responsible. That's the main thing. Let them know. I would let my kids know all of the risk.
Of
Did you tell your
course.
parents?
Yeah.
Did I tell my no?
I would say this.
You said it like, why would I do
say
that?
my daughter to go talk to my mom, to talk to mom.
No, you can't talk to mom. Mom
Talk
be
to mom.
bugging.
Talk to mom.
Mom be
Talk to mom.
bugging.
Nah, because I don't want to hear what the hell happened.
But
or-
you
or
gonna
what-
tell her the real. Mom gonna tell her like,
You want your daughter to be comfortable. With
mom
you,
is
right?
gonna tell her
but-
game in a way.
But
You don't
I
want her
don't-
to feel like
that's
she can't
fact.
talk to you
no,
about
okay. So this
it.
is what
Mom
I'm
is gonna
saying.
kinda tell
If
her
you're talking
game.
about descriptions, go to mom.
Yeah, I don't hear descriptions.
Yeah, go
I
to
don't
mommy.
Mom
I
is
talk to
gonna
my
tell
son
you.
about it.
Mom is gonna try to find
I'll tell
out
you
the
about men.
guy and see if he worth it, and talk about the guy and talk about how
Yeah, that
fast
gr-
she
that
is.
girl
But
talk.
the
Yeah.
dad is just gonna tell you what's really gonna come out of it. The real reason why you
Yeah.
shouldn't just be having sex.
Yeah.
Yeah,
We're more
So-
we're
I'll tell
more
you about the
blunt
fuck
with
ni-
it.
I'll tell him about the fuck niggas, but you know.
Yeah, more honest, but you need to be because
Yeah.
a lot of times parents don't tell kids the real reasons why not to do certain things. They
Yeah,
just say,
you
"Don't
gotta-
do it."
Yeah.
Oh, just listen to me. Do as I say, not as I do.
Like
Like,
you gotta
just,
tell them the truth, the real things that could come out of it.
yeah,
Yeah.
so they can understand. Say, "Oh, that's why you said don't smoke."
Right.
Yep. You gotta
But
trust 'em.
I'm watching you smoke.
Gotta live by example.
Because if she starts saying that, yeah, he picked me up, I'm like, nah.
Whoa,
Whoa,
yeah,
whoa,
I
whoa,
don't,
wait,
I
what
don't
we
wanna hear
talking about?
details. I don't wanna
What
hear
we
that.
talking-
That's what I'm saying. Go talk to mommy.
Nah,
Nah, don't tell me
Word.
that. I don't
Yeah.
need
But
that.
a dad is gonna keep it real, and he gonna tell you
About
he
the
don't
fuck-
like you.
yeah.
Yeah.
He
Oh,
just wants you. He just wants you
And
for this.
when y'all do meet the guy that's actually a good guy,
Right.
you think you're gonna react mad, but you're gonna actually be proud
We'll
of
pick up. We'll pick up
who
on
she
it.
chose,
of course.
and you're gonna be like, all right, this I could fuck
Why
with
would
him.
I be mad?
Yeah. We'll pick up on it.
I
So
say
it
this.
depends on the guy too.
I say this: if you try to meet you specifically, then he's the one. Yeah, definitely.
Right.
Especially at that age.
That was a good
yeah,
question.
That
he's
was.
definitely
Yeah.
the one.
Anybody got any more?
Do y'all have any kid names?
I don't know. No.
I have my
I
kid
don't even
names
wanna
I don't
for
think
think
years.
about it right
Since I
now.
was a
yeah,
kid.
Yeah, I don't want to think
I
about it.
No
wanna
girl
think about
names,
it.
no guy names.
I don't wanna think about
Dang,
it.
Y'all not thinking about marriage or kids? What the fuck
Nope.
y'all thinking about?
I think
Getting
Conquer.
right.
getting money.
World
That
domination.
The world we
foundation.
live in.
Yup.
World domination.
Foundation. That's
World
it.
domination.
How we gonna get to that baggy?
Listen, I don't put anything in my head that's not gonna benefit me. So
Bingo.
marriage and kids is not gonna benefit me right now. So I ain't doing it.
I could say that if I
It's
had a kid right
luxury.
now, I'd be able to
It's
take care of
becoming
him.
more and more of a luxury.
But it is,
Facts.
yeah, facts,
1000% facts.
facts.
When I get a house, when I have a stable foundation that I can have my kids under, then I'll be thinking about kids all day. But
Question:
until then, no.
If you got married, right?
Oh,
And it wasn't no prenup. She didn't. Your wife didn't take. Your last wife didn't take anything. Will
Right.
you get married again?
Nah.
Would you try love for the second time?
I'll keep
Yes,
trying it.
yes,
It depends.
yes.
on
You would keep trying
I
it.
would- I would keep trying it.
How many marriages?
I
wouldn't
believe in
get- I
my choosing
would-
skills.
My
If I
man
choose
is-
the first time,
my
it's gonna
man-
be good.
My
But
man is in Tsukiyomi.
After marriage
I'll
doesn't work
just-
the first time, I'm not doing it a second time, but I will try love again, yes.
I feel
Two
like
marriages,
once you
that's
do
it?
it,
No. I'm going to try love.
So-
marriage, that's it.
So listen,
So marriage one time, love multiple.
I might have two
That makes
marriages
sense.
in me, depending on how the first
That
marriage
I like
ends.
that.
Depending. If not, the second time is just I'm gonna find my forever partner. That's
There
it.
you go. That's it. That's it.
That's it.
Marriage
You
will
lock
be.
in with sis.
Yeah.
I will
lock
only
in.
ever marry one woman in my whole life. After that, that's it.
I like that.
dang.
Marry one time. No, but he said he'll love
After
again.
that, I'll still go in
Listen,
relationships.
if
not
and
gonna
you
get
all that.
want to
married.
keep trying, you about to be broke as hell.
I mean, he can keep trying if he wants to. You know? I only want one wife. That's it.
I thought about getting married. Listen, because I've been thinking about getting married.
Ooh, you got
Right?
somebody?
It's like, nah, I don't even have a married. I've been thinking about getting married, but I've also been thinking about accidentally rushing that, right? And not being happy and that not working out.
Right.
Will I get married again?
No,
No.
I don't know.
I'm telling you now, you're not.
Stay tuned. It's like, no.
Stay
I don't
tuned.
know.
Find out another episode of Dragon
Right.
Ball Z.
I probably will get married again,
Really?
Yeah, why not?
right?
See, y'all should just be together the way how y'all think.
Yeah, we're gonna
And
get,
get
we gonna get
married
married.
multiple
Come on.
times.
Come on, I don't even want to get married. Look, it already ain't gonna work.
He's like,
Look, it ain't gonna work. Come on, I don't want to be married.
What? Why not?
Like try marriage.
You say you gotta have power.
and again.
What kind of
and
power
again.
you want to have?
I gotta have security.
What kind of power you want to have though?
What kind of power?
power.
Don't act lost now with power. What
No,
else?
no,
Power.
but describe what you mean.
What you said you need power. What kind of power do you need from over a woman? It's probably not bad.
Follow the instructions and lead.
Follow.
What does that
I don't
mean?
know.
'Cause
What do you mean? What
Is
does
that the
mean?
same thing as do as
Do
I
you know how to
say?
read a manual?
No, do
Do
as
as I
is
say,
crazy.
not
Read
as
it.
I
Wait,
do.
wait,
Have you ever read a manual to fix
understand
something?
What's your issue?
Do as I say. That's not nice.
It doesn't have
What
to
you
be
mean?
nice.
You just saying it like that though.
Wait, do as you say is a bad thing?
See, it's just
All right.
it's the way. You
As long
hear
as
it.
the intent is to help you and make sure everything is good.
if you chose to marry me,
Do as I
then
say.
don't you? You're
I just want to be
You're
able to have a
already-
say so.
I mean, yeah. You're not a slave. You know, you should be.
It's giving slave.
Nah,
Do
but
as
it's
I
nah,
say
nah,
to
nah,
a woman
nah.
sounds like
No,
slave.
no.
yeah, but you're
No.
putting those words in my mouth.
That's why I'm trying to get you to explain
Every-
what the power is. Exactly.
Everything I do is to
'Cause maybe
benefit us.
power even sounds crazy, but
How
I
does-
know
how does
that
power sound
No,
it
but
might
yeah-
be leadership that you're
You're-
saying, right?
boss.
But wait, where did power?
Boss. So does boss have a does boss
Where did
Right.
power come from?
brother?
Boss is
roughly-
scary.
How's
nigga.
boss scary?
Boss is scary.
How?
Your boss, right? Is it scary?
That
to
means
you?
you have somebody controlling you.
No.
They're not controlling you. You could leave anytime.
Yeah, you can leave at any
all right,
moment.
all right, I think I know what you're saying.
That's why I'm just trying
I
to
think
make
I know what you're
sure.
saying. It's not. All right. The way I intend on getting married,
Mm-hmm.
hopefully, if it happens,
Right.
inshallah,
Right.
I would like it to be where she could have time and I have enough money and security to where she could be completely feminine. She doesn't have to work and stuff.
Okay.
That's what I mean. If that's
What? All right. So what does do as I say mean?
Listen,
well,
He said that quick as
When you
hell.
say do as I say, what does that mean?
what you mean?
listen. Follow
You're
the
already
lead.
following my lead. If you chose to give up a career and all that
And to
stuff,
be married.
yeah.
Now you know what it is. I think women are not allowed to follow instructions. That's what it is.
Like I don't
No,
you
we
know.
just want to be able to have a say so, and we want men to value us more and
Any-
not use us as trophies, not say, oh, come here,
Any real
clean the
man-
house and da-da-da.
any-
We also want you to know that we're smart too.
Any
And
but you
real
think I would do
man-
that?
Any
Right,
real
but we-
man-
I'm trying to see.
any real man is
Wow.
going
Because there are men that would do
But
that.
I'm not-
Yeah, hell
I'm
yeah.
not
Talk about
And-
me.
and-
You
and-
ask me like you
That's
think
why
I
I'm
come off like
asking.
Wow.
I don't know.
Any real man is not.
I
Gonna
can't- I'm
sit there
surprised
and
you
have a
can't see
slave.
it.
Right.
No man wants a slave.
No.
He saw it earlier.
He's gonna
he said he think
compromise
I'd be
with
a
his
good
wife.
dad and husband. He saw it.
What? Repeat that.
He
What?
saw it earlier.
Yeah, my mom would follow my father because at the end of the day, she chose to be with him. So anything that he would say is not going to be a negative. She already knows how he is. So if he
And
said,
I'm sure he's gonna consult her whenever he's.
well, of course,
Yeah.
my mother and father would sit under the table all the time, and my mother would be like, I don't know if I feel like this would work, and he would explain why he would want this to happen, and then she'd go, oh, okay, and then she would listen.
Yeah, yeah.
Right? Men aren't saying that they want a slave. Men aren't saying that they want somebody to just go, obey. But what we want you to know is that at the end of the day, I'm not dating you for not necessarily. I don't want to. This is gonna sound bad, but I'm not dating you for your intelligence necessarily. Right? I'm not dating you to be the man as well. I'm dating
Yeah.
you
to think, right?
I'm dating you to work with me, to understand me, to compromise with me when we have to. But for the most part, you chose me to be the leader.
Exactly.
So I'm gonna be the leader. You don't stop being a leader. Okay, you can be the man today. Like what? No, I'm the man 100%, and that means that follow me. If there's a problem, what's the problem? Let's have a conversation about it. But at the end of the day, if what you're saying that isn't gonna make any sense,
I'm
I'm
thinking,
gonna-
you know what I'm
can't-
thinking
can't
of,
be-
right?
You can't be the captain of your ship and you telling me how to steer the ship and you don't even know how to steer.
Let
shit.
me tell you why I'm risking a lot too doing this though. And
of course,
we already know that. though.
Of course.
We
We know it already.
Yeah.
but that's what's making me nervous when you
Love
say
is
do
a
as
sacrifice.
I say
But
because
then this the reason
I'm
why
gonna
you gotta
follow,
pick
right?
You gotta pick the man that knows what the fuck he's doing.
all right, but listen, I just want to be able to have a say so in it if needed be though, not all the time. I don't need the
hold on. Are you
but-
saying you want to be the
for example,
lead?
because sometimes I will watch a man lead me into destruction.
absolutely
Right.
So
But-
I
so
want to be comfortable
But
with
he's
my
not
husband to
wise,
have a
so
say
then
so.
stop
So when
picking
I
the
do
man that's
say
leading
so,
to destruction.
He's
no,
not a
You can
wise
jump-
man.
you can
it
jump the
probably
boat.
doesn't always happen. My point is, I want to have a say so when things aren't going right, and I do
Yeah,
feel
right.
away.
And you will.
I don't want to hear "do as I say" and "shut up." I'm
Nah,
trying to
see,
make sure.
Nah, that's a
that-
bad.
what
Nah,
you're
nah,
hearing.
nah, nah.
That's
what
nah,
I'm
nah,
just
nah.
We
asking.
told
That's
you
not.
multiple times. Of course, we'll consult you. We don't have all of the answers,
Right.
Right.
But we're willing to take responsibility when we make the wrong
Compromise
choice.
is a
Because
thing.
any man-
Compromise.
That's why we're in the leadership role.
Any
We're
man
the
is gonna-
authority. We're the person that's like,
Right.
look, at the end of the day,
Overriding it.
Yeah,
Because
not
you gotta
overriding,
understand,
but
y'all
The
let's say,
supervisor.
let's say I end up coming to my wife and consulting you about how we gonna move forward.
Right.
Because it was your choice, I'm not gonna be like, oh well, we in this situation because of you. No, I'm the one that decided to go with what you said.
Made
Yeah.
the
That's,
decision.
that's what the leader is.
The
It's
ul-
not that you have
the-
all the answers. and
But
just
it's
do
some
whatever.
guys that don't want to hear nothing
Fuck
from a
those
wife
niggas.
because they
But
look.
that's-
I'm
but
trying
that's-
to make sure y'all not
that's-
those type of niggas because there
nah.
are niggas that's like, shut up, sit down.
You
take care
talking
of
about a
kids, don't
tyrant?
talk.
You talking about a tyrant? You're
No,
not talking about a leader.
But when you say "do as I say," that's what we're hearing.
I mean, without context, yeah, I get that.
Yeah, well, exactly. Without context.
Without context, I
listen,
get
but
that.
accept
Y'all
it.
gotta start listening with context. That's what y'all gotta start doing. Context clues.
But why don't
Context.
you?
That's the thing you gotta
Which is
Blue's
probably
Clues.
which is probably true. But since now y'all know that we think that, why don't y'all try to change the wording?
why
Because
should I-
when
why
you say "do as I say,"
though. You know that about me. I told you it's the you got to deliver it in a way
I-
where she can.
I-
So,
understand.
I
just
feel
how
like-
you say how we should change, how we say y'all should change.
just
how
say
y'all think.
"follow my lead."
What?
No, because when follow the lead means slave.
I'll say it the way she said it, just
No,
to
follow
just
my
to.
lead.
Any way
I'll
that
say
we
it.
say
I'll
it,
say it the way she said it,
Most
just
women
to
have a
appease a
problem
little
with
bit.
it. As
Can-
long as your wife doesn't have a problem with it. then-
Honestly, yes. This just a yes or no. Yes or no. Would you be okay with me telling you "do as I say"?
yeah.
No.
Nah.
Hell no.
Shut up! Come on. That's what I mean by like you
Nah,
gonna
see, nah, I'll
you're
say
gonna
this.
justify
No,
it
no,
by.
no. I'll say
so
this, though.
just
I'll say
understand
this.
that.
I'll say
Say
this.
okay, women
I'll
don't
say
like.
this. I'll say this.
You have to
I'll
talk a
say
different
this.
way. Like
If she-
nobody's
if
gonna
what
marry
she-
that.
if
I'm
what
looking
she
past
says-
y'all
if
saying
what
shit
she
like that.
says
Yeah, but
make-
I'm not here.
If what she says makes sense, and I don't have no better option than that,
Right.
I'm gonna follow
Right,
it.
we're gonna
That's what I-
compromise.
yeah.
We're gonna
Now,
compromise.
my point is, there are some men that don't even care.
And then that's the ones that you gotta fucking throw out
Why
the
are you
window.
so focused on
I'm
that?
asking to make sure that that's not how y'all
We're
operate.
talking
How
about
else can we
tyrants.
explain it?
Because when
we-
you
we
say
explain
"do
it.
as I say," that means I don't want to hear what you gotta say.
Not all the
No,
time.
not all the
Not all the
time.
time.
See, not that all
No.
the time, but when
It
initially
sounds
when
like you're
someone
talking
hears
to a
that,
robot though. If you with a guy that he don't explain himself, he just say we're gonna do this.
No, you
Gotta
have
have
to say
context,
follow
yes.
my lead and not do as I say.
But
But you,
as I say, follow my lead is the same thing.
No, it's not.
it's
Yes, it
it's
is.
about how
No,
they're
it's not. Follow my lead mean we're talking, but like you said, I'm leading
No,
and
I think
I'm gonna.
the
I think
leader,
this is a
follow
man.
me.
I think this is a man and a woman thing. It's like
You just arguing semantics.
how it's
Yeah.
there we go.
Yeah, it's about how we
Semantics.
feel.
How it sounds.
so now this
how
is
it
Of course, I
sounds.
wouldn't
My-
say
it's
do
my
as
thing.
I say.
How
No,
it
but I was
sounds.
making sure, like I said, there are some men that operate that feel the same way y'all feel,
Right.
and then they'll start when a woman has
Okay,
something that they want to
so let me
say
say
or
this.
opinion
That's a tyrant.
or
Let me say
whatever,
this.
they
That's a
don't
tyrant.
hear them. They
Let
don't
me-
respect
let me
their
say
opinion.
this.
They don't think they're
Let me
smart.
say this.
That's not what
I-
you're
don't
here
marry-
for.
listen,
Niggas will
don't
tell you that's
marry
not
him.
what
That's a
you're here
tyrant.
for.
That's a
marry him.
tyrant.
That's not what you're here for.
Listen, I'll
Don't
say,
marry
I'll
him.
say it. I'll say it just like this.
Right.
Do as I say because I have the best interest for the both of us.
Right.
Right.
That's the context right there.
That's the context.
Okay.
I want your best interest.
I was just telling y'all that it's men that think the same
Oh
way.
hell yeah!
No,
There's
there
tyrants
is.
out
But
there.
operate different.
And
That
you leave
that
the
think
motherfuckers where
Those
they're
are
at.
tyrants.
that just want to sit the women there as like
They
a trophy.
wanna-
Those are tyrants.
and you don't get to think.
Those
And
are
I'm a thinker. So I want to be comfortable in my relationship.
But I-
I want to say, baby, I think we should da 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 da. Like you said, you get to finalize everything. That's fine, but I want you to hear me out.
But I will say
Or
this
value.
though, there's a lot of women out there that are willing to be that little pet, unfortunately,
Yeah.
to a man with so much power.
True.
And that's why a lot of those guys exist, because there's women willing to literally sell everything just to be in that guy's presence. And I met women like that, and it's weird. I'm like, you're willing to be a dog to this dude? Yeah, I'll let him beat me. What? That's crazy.
That is true.
So let me ask y'all, what's a power couple?
a power couple.
Power couple.
I would say one that's a couple that's successful
I would say
in
that
their own right.
two individuals that exude the masculine and the feminine in the proper way via power dynamics. But I think we just said the same thing.
In their own way.
That was just the definition of that. So, you know.
Yeah, that was a more
Pretty much.
the more
That was the
detailed version.
Chat GPT
Yeah,
version.
yeah. I got the hood version.
Right.
Urban Dictionary version.
Maybe I'm the one that's wrong for expecting her to get it, but I'm out here trying to make a way. I told her I'ma be right back. Hit me sometimes I don't write back. I gotta stay on the right track. I know sometimes she don't like that. I know sometimes it feel like the whole world against you. You better fight back. Better not think about giving up. Ain't no emojis for white flags. All I can think of is my task.
You gotta show them the.
Oh, yes,
You can hype that up.
Yes.
Bring it up.
Yes.
Show us what?
I like your hair
Hold on, hold on. I gotta bring that up. Hold on.
Show
hold
us
on.
what?
Bring it up. Bring that up. Show them what
Wait,
I
show
did
us
in
what?
Chicago.
Hold on.
Oh my
What?
god.
So you know the dude that said not every single mom?
Why would y'all want
Yeah.
to show that?
Nah, because I just want to show y'all what I did.
Nah, we have to show that, bro. That John is funny, bro. Hold up.
Because he's very famous, so it's like
Nah, he's actually very, very, very famous.
he's very famous. So like I collab
Being
with him.
famous for what you do matters too, though.
Hey, it is what it is.
Bro,
Do you
But-
say that you are, do you think that you're similar to Dr. Umar?
Oh no, don't compare me to him.
I
I don't like Umar because I think that what he's saying is too restrictive.
Yeah, why don't people like him?
I get where he's coming from.
I don't see any
but
like.
he has
thing-
two
I, don't
I
see
haven't
anything
followed
too
enough of his
negative to see
rhetoric
no
to
why.
know.
He has,
I don't know.
Yeah.
He has two daughters and like he doesn't talk to them and it's just like
He said that that's not true though.
bro, why is it not working?
Yeah, I don't know
You
his
think somebody
life.
will lie about that?
I don't see how she would get anything out of that because if it was to find if they were to find out that and it's very easy to find out that if
I don't
you're
see
not
why he would get anything out of lying.
because he acknowledged her already. He already said talk to your mother about why I don't talk to you, about why we don't
Wait, what's the situation?
the situation is
What's the
His
alleged
biological
situation?
daughter?
yeah and he doesn't want to talk to her or have
That's
a
true too. I mean, that's probably true too. But
But
that's
besides
some bullshit.
that though, he's made a lot of promises as far as like making a school, and it's like where's all this money
Well, how
going?
are you doing that for other kids and not your own kids?
And it's that's
Despite
that's
what
another issue.
happened with the parent.
And then he's like, if you're a black man and you date outside your race, like you evil, and I'm just like, I don't understand that because like black
Yeah,
women-
that's
black
kinda
women do the
crazy.
Yeah,
same-
he be saying a little
Black women
like
do the same
ignorant
thing.
stuff.
I think it's-
sometimes.
What's this called again?
It's So just go on my page, go on Black Spider Guy advice, and then it's in my collabs. My thing is like, if he were to word his shit a little bit better and not be so like angry, like he's angry.
Yeah, right.
And then when people were donating to him, he's like $20. The fuck is this? Like he's like cursing at his following.
Bro,
he
yeah,
be
that's
tripping out.
actually
But that's
very
why we don't.
crazy.
I don't be wanting you to come off angry because you actually have really valid. Sometimes your approach comes off
Scroll
like
down.
you could
You're
be
not
angry a
wrong.
little bit sometimes,
Scroll up.
and you make points, but
Right
it's like
there.
I can't even get
In the
other
middle.
people
Yeah,
to
with the-
hear him
This one?
out
Yep.
because of.
The approach.
You're
The
not wrong, and I
approach.
appreciate
So you think you
I
know
be
Wix?
trying to explain to other people,
Do you
like,
really?
And when I say it, they're like, oh, okay.
First up, we've got shape video masks. You can use different shapes to create completely different vibes and aesthetics. Or you can create your own graphic.
I'm trying to get so you can hear it. Bro, this is actually mad funny.
This is ridiculous.
They just got 23,000.
Yo, we gotta do a balloon.
She see peppers all around me. It look like I'm a man. Yeah, but bitch, I wanted you 5 years ago. Now you got 2 baby dads. And now you came out of hiding, bitch. And you think I'll be your man. Bitch, ain't no chance. You got 3 kids. This bitch got 3 kids. I don't do drugs, I roll blunts, can I be blunt? A nigga feeling like James Blunt, like I will never be with you. I'm down to meet the crew and your best friend and your mama, but I ain't really got time to be spending all of my time just chasing you, cause you got a toddler. This bitch need help, she so bad, no time out, she need a belt. She so bad, no time out, she need a belt. I wanna smack it up, I got this all, she wanna back it up. She call me Poppy, inaccurate, no lie. I bet that kitty cat is a line, this bitch fine. She see pampers all around me, it look like I'm a man.
No, it looks like it's in the garbage.
But bitch, I wanted you 5 years ago. Now you got 2 baby dads. And now you came out of hiding, bitch. And you think I'll be your man. Bitch, ain't no chance. You got 3 kids. Yeah, bitch got 3 kids. She see pampers all around me. It look like I'm a man. Yeah, but bitch, I wanted you 5 years ago. Now you got 2 baby dads.
Bro, the pacifiers for Rick is
But it was cool. He told me that when he comes to New York, he wants to work. He wants to collab with me again. But that's what I'm saying, though. If we can
Get him in the studio.
bring him here,
Freestyle him
and we
here.
can
Yeah.
be a team. You know what I'm saying? And it's just, I don't know. It'd be cool because he's already famous. So it's like,
All right, we gotta get on the road.
yeah, but we gotta go
Yeah,
because you have somebody out there.
Yeah, and I got to get my daughter.
Yes, sir, ski. This the Hood Endless podcast. Where we talk about that real hood shit. We talked about some real deep stuff today. We got to the root of a lot of the things that we were talking about on the surface. Black Spidey guy came through and articulated himself very well as usual. We ended it off with the 3 kids single. So you see, ladies, dudes ain't having that.
Yeah, don't have more
They
than
making
one kid.
songs about it. they real focused on the single moms. I don't understand it, but hey, they making songs about it. So ladies, just practice your discernment.
Now you're single, mom. Should
Right.
have single thoughts. Now you're single, mom. Now you're single, mom.
I'm Jewel, if you want to know.